Watch us be like the fucking biggest show
That's
ever
the
done.
first
It's
thing
like
they heard.
2,000 viewers.
Nice one,
That's
Twan.
Sorry.
Oh,
All right.
Canadians.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Well, I mean, I guess welcome to the Game Drain. This is a show that we normally don't do on this channel,
Yeah.
but I made a mistake, and so it's happening here on my channel, and I'm fine with that. But next week it will be back to the Game Drain, the actual channel. So go sub to that.
You got good like regular viewers though, so I'm not mad about this at all.
Yeah, we'll actually get some viewers on this episode,
Oh,
which is well. I mean, we got
We
two
get viewers
people.
on it.
We got 2 people in the chat already, so
Yep.
Let's
that's
go.
2 more
Nikita,
than
that you
most
keep
of the,
misidentifying. Keep calling
well,
him a
not
she.
anymore. Not anymore.
Yeah, true. Not
That's
anymore.
that's 2 more people than we normally get. So we're already crushing it, Torn. Already
Let's
crushing
Oh
it.
my god.
So I mean, shit. Let's just get into the intros. I mean, I know what
Yeah, sure.
3 of us have been doing the past few days,
Oh,
but
yeah.
let's start with Mike. What have you been up to?
I've been playing a ton of Diablo 4 Season 2. It's been freaking fantastic. They have made a lot of changes to the game that I really appreciate, especially in the combat, not the combat loop, but like the gameplay loop and flow. Drops are much increased. You gain XP faster now. The things you do in the season, it's much more diverse now. I feel like there's a reason I'm playing seasons rather than like, let's be real, we play games because they're fun. But when it's a live servicey type game, if you don't have a reason to do the live servicey stuff, you're not really gonna keep playing it because you don't feel like you're progressing towards anything. So I'm having an
Yeah.
absolute blast with the game. I think it's fantastic again. I think they're going back and fixing a lot of issues I have had with it personally. Like once again, the whole thing with the XP increase, the drops. Like now you can get legendaries pretty early on, like really early. Like I remember, like in the first hour and a half, I got a legendary, and like that's awesome because I don't like, and I understand why that it wasn't originally like that, but I think for seasonal content, which only lasts a few months, I think that's a pretty important thing to have in there because like I think the seasons last like what 2-3 months. So I think it's probably best if you start getting good stuff early so you can start making your crazy builds. Um, Other than that, I started playing Forgive Me Father 2, which is a sequel to an awesome boomer shooter that I fucking love. It's gorgeous. It has cel shaded graphics that are fantastic. It's actually running on the Unreal 5 engine, and I'm surprised how well that game runs. I know once again it's like a boomer shooter, but like if you see that game and like how gorgeous that game looks with how intensive the lighting is and the reflections, it's actually pretty damn impressive how well that runs.
Okay.
I'm actually really, really, really highly enjoying it, and I recommend people checking out the franchise or the first one as well. The story is kind of twisted, and it's just a lot of fun. I mean, outside of that, I've been playing a ton of Halo, especially with you, Matt, Ham, and Ham's wife, and it's been a freaking fantastic time. It's been nice to actually have something to play with you guys again. That's fun. That isn't miserable. That because I feel like there's a time where we try to find things to play, and it's just like kind of hard to find things that aren't like pulling teeth. So, yeah, but realistically, it's been a great time to be playing video games right now, and I have so many games installed on my computer that I need to get around to playing. I have Assassin's Creed Mirage installed because I signed up for Ubisoft Plus or whatever it's called. I have so much I've been playing, but I'll be talking nonstop if I keep going. So,
Okay.
pass it on to one of you guys.
Let's go, Ham. What have you been up to, bud? I mean, we know, but what have you been up to?
I think it's funny that you said that. We know, but
We
I
know.
mean, come on, we all know.
But the viewers probably don't know. So
Yeah, they do. They know. But it's important we say it anyway. It's important.
It's important
Well-
we say it. I agree.
well, anyways, I've been playing the hell out of Spider-Man since it came out.
oh shit, really?
On launch.
What do you mean, really?
I'm already at level 60, which is like the
Damn.
I think it's the highest level you can get on it.
Yeah, I don't know.
God
I have
damn.
no idea. I haven't got that far yet, so I wouldn't know.
I've done everything on the maps except this last little bit that I have to do. That's part of the story. So I haven't really completed the story, but I literally got every skill, every ability, every gadget. Yeah. I think I still need to grab a few suits. Yeah, I still need to grab a few suits. That's all I got left. But I've been playing that Dead Island. I played,
So
prior to Spider-Man coming
How
out.
are you enjoying Dead Island, if I can ask you?
It's fantastic. I tell
Hell
you what,
yeah.
man. My favorite thing in that game right now is the Nux, the brass
The-
Nux.
Dude, those abilities, man, are fucking awesome. They killed it with that shit. They
It's
really did.
It's a really fun game, and I played a little bit, only like maybe 20 minutes with Matt, and I wasn't even on comms because I had to deal with the daughter in the background. But man, that was fun. I can only imagine like when we actually like sit down and play like a couple hours of it, it'll be pretty good.
Yep.
Forspoken, I've been playing some of that as well. I
Yes,
recently
I
got
was
that
surprised to
for-
see you say that.
on sale for like $17.
Okay.
So I've been playing a little bit of that. I got the physical copy of that one. That's how I got it for so cheap.
How are you feeling about that as well? Not to play 20 questions on you, but how do you like it so far?
I tell you what, I completely forgot about the gauntlet, and it ain't good.
It's
The
not
what?
coolest.
Oh, the thing that talks.
The gauntlet, yeah,
Yeah.
You're talking
I think
hand.
it's not.
someone
great.
says apparently you can turn off like the small chit chat in between like cuts, like so they just
That'd be
shut
cool.
their mouths. There's an
Yeah.
option apparently. I've been told that like a million times, and I need to figure out where that is.
Just the volume.
Because
Turn the volume all the way down.
yeah, right. Me when I play Wolfenstein Youngblood, just fucking mute that game. But sorry, keep going now.
No, you're fine. I mean, other than that, I mean that's a lot of games right there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I've been playing, and I'm just doing this last little bit of the story on. God dang it! Didn't want to do that. On the story on Spider-Man, and
Spiderman.
I should be dang near 100% on this game.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for the platinum. It should be straightforward. I mean, it's an
Probably-
Insomniac game. You know what
I
I mean?
might even be 100% by the end of the night of this thing.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
There you
Go.
It's and a lot of people are saying it's a short game. It's a short game. It's a short game. I tell you what, you sit on an entire weekend for like 30 hours and play a game. You're not normal. The game ain't that short. You're tripping.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like that's like I just want to kind of get that out of the way. The game is shorter, but one thing I hate to hear from people is we want more short games, and then this kind of game comes out, and then it's like it's too short. And it's like, dude, what the hell do you want then?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's got
The
a perfect amount of content, in my
The
opinion.
things that we will probably talk about.
Nikita's
see-
saying
I
in
see it.
chat. Sorry,
I see
go
it.
on. Sorry.
The thing that we probably will talk about together here shortly is probably like the bugs in the game, which I think I got something interesting to tell you guys.
All right.
But we'll go on to that when it's when we get to that topic. Going ahead and to somebody else though for now.
Twan.
That's what I'm
Actually-
talking. Yeah. That's
actually-
everything to me. Oh,
Before you go, Ham mentioned the games he was playing. He got those Dead Island 2 and Forspoken physical from GameStop for dirt fucking cheap. And speaking of dirt cheap, did you see? I mean, I don't think anyone here is interested in it because I think we've all
Callisto
played
Protocol, right?
It. Callisto Protocol's $375 at GameStop.
Not in Canada though.
Yeah, not in Canada.
Yeah.
It was $5. They somehow managed to get lower. That's insane.
That's nuts, isn't it? Okay, I'm sorry, Twan. Go ahead, bud.
Yeah, unfortunately, as Canadians, we don't really get those kind of deals for some reason. I always see like that Warrior person be like, "This game only for $2.90." I'm like, "Well, not for me." Like I see, like I check Best Buy, it's like $40. BestBuy.ca. I'm like, great, I love Canada. But anyways,
That's what you get for living in Canada, but
exactly. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, what I was been playing. So obviously before big elephant in the room, Spider-Man. Before that game came out, I was actually been playing it quite a bit this week. I was actually just started playing Arkham Asylum.
Let's go.
I haven't really played the Batman games, and now I'm actually like pissed off at myself because I'm like, why did I not play this earlier? I'm like, this game is actually like a masterpiece. Like
They're
just
fucking
everything,
phenomenal.
like everything about Arkham Asylum is just perfect. Like just like the art style, like just the whole
vibe of that game.
atmosphere. Yeah, the vibe, the
The vibe of that
atmosphere,
game is phenomenal.
like everything about it is just absolutely perfect. And you know, obviously, you know, now I just put it on hold for now because Spider-Man came out, so I just kind of dropped everything. But even before that, I was also playing. I actually bought Ghosts again on PS4 because I wanted to play the Extinction mode again because that's such an underrated
Holy
mode.
shit, I forgot about that mode.
Like I don't know if anyone remembers that mode, but that was actually like a very underrated mode in my opinion. Like no, I feel like no one gave it a chance just because it wasn't zombies, and it's like completely different. Like some people think it's a ripoff, even though it's not clearly, and some people hate it because it's not a ripoff. So it's in this weird little it's in this weird spot where just no one really gave it a chance. But I don't know. Me and my friends, we loved it back in the day, so I just kind of missed it, and so I just I got it again on PS4 because I didn't want to play it on PS3, and it's as fun as I remember it. So I don't know if I don't know if I'm alone on that. I probably am, but
I loved Ghosts. I will
yeah,
die on
yeah,
that hill. I loved Ghosts back in the day.
yeah.
I didn't play the Extinction. Dude, I've never gotten into zombies. I didn't get into the
Okay,
Extinction
interesting,
mode. I love the multiplayer, and everybody shits on it.
interesting. Yeah.
I even really love the campaign for Ghost. Everyone shits on it, but I really enjoyed Call of Duty.
Yeah, Call of Duty Ghosts was easily the one I was the most excited for because I loved MW3 so much, and I was like, oh, this is Infinity Ward's the next game, right? And I was just so fucking excited for it. Like even in my room, I still have a Ghost poster in my room because I got that from the pre-order bonus. It was like a pre-order thing. They sent that to me. So, but yeah, after that, you know, I kind of fell off of it a little bit after that, after Ghost, but. I don't know. Now I'm kind
Yeah,
of
me too. And it was like I thought for a while I didn't like Ghosts, and it's still not my favorite. I think, you know,
yeah.
it's to me it's like just another COD. But
Yeah,
I think the reason
yeah.
is I just went into a new generation. And I kind of wanted new generation things,
Yeah.
and like I just, you know, when I had like Killzone and like I'm pretty sure it was Infamous a near launch title. I can't honestly remember anymore. It was like not. It was like a
I know
year later, right?
Second Son was around there. I
It
know
was
it
like
was.
some
I know it was announced before the PS4 came out.
like, well, like I'm playing Battlefield 24,
Yeah.
24 Battlefield 4. You know, I'm getting 32v32. I'm playing Killzone. And I know in Shadowfall wasn't the best, but I still had some fun with it. You know,
I
I
mean, it was
just
a
kind
very
of,
good looking game, that's for sure.
you know, yeah, like that was like that like blew my freaking mind.
Yeah.
So it was just like when I kind of got the COD, I was like, yeah, you know,
Yeah, it's Call of Duty, all right. You know.
like it's you know Nikita in chat right there is just spitting facts right now.
What do you say?
I can appreciate him for that. He says he has a hatred for Ghost.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of people hate it.
Nikita says I'm low-key really starting to play Starfield. I'm loving it so far and enjoy the new addition with the FOV. The FOV slider is like once you have it, it's kind of just imperative. Cause like playing that game at 30 FPS on console was a little bit rough with the really zoomed in FOV. But once you can turn this FOV up, it makes it feel so much better. It feels like you're actually moving through the world now.
Oh, so you can change the FOV on console now?
Yeah.
You can
It's under
change
accessibility, though, just letting you know. For some reason, it's not under video, it's not under game, it's under accessibility.
Interesting.
So, I don't know whose idea that was.
Yeah, I'm probably going to wait till the DLC before I jump back into Starfield. I mean, I got the nice wrap now. I'm pretty sure I showed you guys that. Got the
I saw
wrap.
that.
Yeah, it actually looks nicer than I thought it would look. It looks really nice, the wrap.
Blind says used to be a heavy COD player. I feel like we all.
I think all of us were heavy.
We
COD
all were
players
heavy
at
COD players at one point.
I was buying the Ultimate Edition of Call of Duty every year. What was it called? The Hardened Edition?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't it called like the Hardened Edition? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was buying that shit every fucking year, dude. It didn't matter.
The Hardened Edition.
Like, that's what it was called, right?
That's what.
I'm pretty sure.
What it was called.
Yeah, and I just remember, like, I didn't care what the fuck was going on in my life. If I did not buy that shit every goddamn year, like, I was not complete. If I wasn't playing the new maps with my buds, like, every day after school, like, my life was just a fucking joke. So, yeah, man, I miss that. I do miss it.
But I think the biggest problem with Ghost was not that game itself was like bad, but like just the games before it were just, I don't know, in my opinion, they were so much better. Like I prefer MW2, MW3. I just think those games, I'd like, if I want to go back into playing Call of Duty multiplayer, I'd rather just play those games. I don't know if that's just me personally, right? I just like those maps better. I like the way the guns, it's just, I just prefer those games, right? And like I said, not that COD Ghost is a bad game. It's just the other games are better, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Nikita says, do we have any tips for Starfield beginners? And honestly, take your time. Just take your time.
Yeah.
Take your time and
don't rush things.
Don't be afraid to explore.
Yeah, play however you want to play. If you want to explore, literally explore whatever, like to your heart's content. If you want to just mainline the story and do all that stuff afterwards, mainline the story. Do whatever you want. Play how you want to play. There's really no tip that I could give to somebody to get into a game the size of Starfield.
Yeah, because
I got one. I do have one. Manage your inventory and make sure you're not carrying like 50 pouches of juice or 50 meals or random crap like that. Utilize your cargo storage, not the captain's locker, the cargo storage in your ship, because you're going to be getting a lot of shit that you're going to need to put somewhere when it comes to crafting, when it comes to base building. Just get ready to make trips back and forth, because it's really important that you start putting some of that stuff someplace, because you're going to need a lot of things.
So in my opinion,
also use, like, when you pick up juice or I forget what it's called, like the soda drinks, the Boom Pop. Whenever you pick those up, I would recommend keeping them, but use them. Like, don't
use
hoard
them.
Don't hoard them, but use them. Because, like, when you're running through, like, especially exploring planets, just scanning planets and stuff, there's no land vehicles, so it's a lot of on-foot walking. So you're going to want to take AMP, you're going to want to drink Boom Pop or the coffee, a Terra Brew coffee, whatever it is, to, like, make your oxygen regenerate faster so you can keep sprinting and keep sprinting. So, like, you don't feel like you're going too slow in the world. You're going to want to do stuff like that. But make sure you're using whatever you pick up consistently.
Also, in my opinion, I don't know. I feel like picking up food almost isn't even worth it, because, I mean, like, I feel like the benefits you get, like, it's like 10 health. It's like, okay, that barely does anything,
Yeah, it's like food to me is not worth it. It's
not even worth picking up. Unless you use it right away. Like,
the juice and soda, But like, oh, here's a meal. You get like 5 health
sandwich.
Like, awesome.
It's
like,
sure.
I'm like, that's cool. But like,
I will say the cinnamon buns or whatever the hell they're called in that game, sweet rolls. I believe they're just like Skyrim sweet rolls. But like, those give you O2. Those regenerate your O2 by like a stupid amount, to like 20% faster regeneration on your O2. So like, food like that, whenever it's to do with your O2, pick it up.
I guess just look at the description before you pick it up if it actually has any benefits.
Yeah. Because if it's just health, then it's usually not a lot of health, unless it's like literally a med pack or an emergency kit or a trauma pack.
But once they add that eat button, because I'm pretty sure they're gonna add an eat button, right?
Yes, they are.
So that it's gonna be a lot worth it, when that happens, right? You just go out, eat it right away instead of picking it up and then going through your menu. And then, so hopefully that can't come soon enough. So, you know what I mean.
You can't wait for the eating update.
Anyways, man, I didn't even get to me playing Spiderman yet. So, because we were just talking about Call of Duty. So obviously, Spider-Man came out. I'm just absolutely in love with that game right now. It's just, I just imagine like not playing this game. I just cannot picture not playing Spider-Man 2 right now. Fuck.
Lots of people aren't.
Man, imagine if you had a PS5 and you stole it. Oh man, I couldn't imagine being that guy right now. Fuck.
Oh, Twan, I know you're trying right now, but you're just making yourself look like an asshole. Anyways, continue.
But yeah, man, I just got the black suit not that long ago, and boy, man, I'm pumped, man.
Are you Bully Maguire now?
He's getting there. You could tell he's starting. His attitude's definitely swinging right now. So you could definitely tell his attitude's swinging.
Dude, man. Oof,
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, I mean, obviously, what hasn't been said about Spider-Man at this point. We're definitely probably going to talk about it more later. But
Yeah.
all right, Matt, what are you up to? What have you been up to?
I finished the story for Spider-Man. I finished that last night.
Freaking speedrun.
Yeah, I mainline the story. I'm gonna clean up the map. Like I'll
Yeah.
work on that, but like I fucking mainline the story. I went through that like a freak of nature.
Yeah.
I really, really enjoyed that. I think the only thing I don't like about Spider-Man, of all the things that I do like, which I mean, we'll go through the things I do like first, because the traversal compared to the first two games is through the roof better.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah, the web
hands.
wings. Oh man, those
Yeah, the
web
web
wings.
wings are phenomenal. I mean, just in general, I saw people trying to say before the game came out that it was like downgraded from the first two games. I don't know where the fuck
I
you
think
see that
the
at.
only thing I could think about is maybe the suit. I think the suits don't have the abilities that they used to have in the original game.
No, I'm talking visual downgrades.
Oh, visual. Okay, yeah, you're
There's
tripping
people
balls.
like taking
Yeah.
screenshots of like,
Yeah.
wow, this looks like
Yeah.
a step down from their previous. I'm like, dude, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Visually, the game looks phenomenal.
What mode are you
Um,
guys playing on? Fidelity or
I have
graphic?
fidelity and 120 hertz mode, so it's
Are you
40
playing it
FPS.
uncapped? Apparently, you can uncap it.
Yeah, you can, but I'm not doing that.
Well, the reason why the only reason why I mention is I've seen people say that the game is actually often like hitting like 50 to 60 quite
Yeah,
regularly. So I don't know if that's something that's worth it.
it might be. It
I mean, if it
probably
feels
is.
smooth enough, then there's really no fucking who cares.
Yeah,
Then.
like I'm actually playing on fidelity mode, man. Like I swear to God, like the frame pacing that Insomniac does, it's actually a work of art. Like I can't even like I'm playing in fidelity mode and I don't even realize it. Like it doesn't feel like I'm playing at 30 at all. Like it feels like 60. Like I swear to God. Like so because yeah, the game looks beautiful. Like I'm doing fidelity mode, 30 frames, and it's just I don't know, it's almost I almost want to play in fidelity mode just to see how well Insomniac just like it's I swear to God, it's a work of magic. Like even like I said, I think I brought up Sunset Overdrive. It's like the same way where the way it moves, it feels like it's at 60, but the game is actually at 30. Like I actually had to search up. I'm like, what frame rate is Sunset Overdrive at? And it said 30. I'm like, wow. Like I don't believe it almost. I don't know if I'm the only one that thinks that, but that's just I don't know. I just get that off my chest. But
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, the game feels great. Um, Miles, it's weird because like after playing Miles Morales and going back to play Spider-Man Remastered like a while ago, like playing as Peter just in that game kind of just stunk after playing as Miles Morales and
Mhm.
like when that came out. But like they did a really good job of
Mhm.
making Peter feel like just as good, if not in some cases better than Miles, and vice
Mhm.
versa.
Yeah, he's
Where
got some
like
new tricks up his sleeve. Yeah.
yeah, where there was like a reason to play as both Spider-Mans equally as much, which
I
I really
100% agree.
yeah
Like there'd be specific fights where I'd miss the other Spider-Man, and it happened with
yes
both characters. Where I'm
Mhm.
mm-hmm.
just like, man, I would love to light these motherfuckers up with some electricity right now. Or
Yeah.
man, like I would love to use some of the stuff you get later on in the game. I'm not gonna spoil it.
Oh yeah.
Well, even like all the
Like
black suit stuff has been pretty
what's
cool.
that?
Even like all the black suit stuff has been pretty cool as well. They could do with
Not
that.
even. Like I'm just gonna, just
Yeah,
just keep your eye open. You don't know what's
you'll
gonna
get some
happen.
stuff. You'll get some stuff.
All
It's gonna
right.
be it's pretty interesting. But on what Twan was saying about the whole frame rate thing, I agree with
Yeah.
him on that one. It
Yeah,
is a
like
work of art what they did with the whole 30 FPS thing.
I want to
It
play on
look
30 just to see like how well they did it,
it
Like
looks really good.
yeah.
I'd say it's I I'd put it at the same bar as Starfield on the 30
Yeah.
FPS bar
Mhm.
thing, because like I thought Starfield looked incredible at
Mhm.
30 FPS, especially when you're outside of the main town, right?
Mhm.
Because that main town is just a goddamn demon.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, all the towns are like the towns just take a hit.
that
the
and
frame
Aquila
rate,
City are just,
yeah, Aquila and in New
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 Atlantis.
Atlantis.
are
Yeah.
Just
are just
demonic.
tough. But other than those two spots,
Yeah.
it's generally great. In
Yep.
in this game, like I'm just surprised by how well they did the 30 FPS because I played the 30 FPS probably for about the first five or so hours.
Mhm.
And then I went into my settings and realized that it wasn't in performance. I was like, wow,
Yeah.
that
Oh
was really
shit. Yeah.
smooth. I was like, wow, that
Yeah.
was really smooth. I put it in performance and I was like, oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Once you
Yeah.
go into 60, you realize, whoa, like it definitely does feel smoother.
I mean,
Yeah.
60 is
Yeah.
clearly more smoother.
Yeah. Like it's
But
like yeah.
the fact that I'm not looking for that
Yeah.
as soon as I turn on the game, like I just turned on the game and played it, and I was like, oh, this is fine.
Yeah.
I mean, that's I'd say that's pretty good because there's a lot of games where I'm just like, for the love of God, like Quantum Break, I was all up in that
Yeah.
Yep.
menu. Like I was like when I first played Quantum Break, I was just like, for the love of God, let there be a 60 FPS, and there wasn't, and
No.
there never was.
Yeah.
Another game I thought that did fantastic at 30 FPS, in my opinion, was Rise Son of Rome.
Yeah, Rise of Rome feels great.
Crytek, that Cry engine, bro. But anyways, let's get back on topic. So like Spider-Man, that whole the game is just really good. I'm
Mhm.
clearly enjoying it. I've been playing the living hell out of it. I'm playing it right now. You know,
Yep.
like but you know, I, it I'm I'm happy it's not too crazy long, but I
Mhm.
do hope that there is some sort of DLC
Well, there was
to come
DLC
with
for the
this.
first game, so
Yeah,
there's hope.
exactly, right? Because there's
Yeah.
DLC in the first one. So
Yeah.
I'm just hoping that they're planning on doing some DLC for it
Mhm.
because it'd be nice if they stretched it out with some side stuff
Yeah.
and whatnot. They totally could.
Yeah.
But one thing I don't know. Yeah, I think what would be cool is to finally be outside of New York for once. So I think that's like the next big thing I want to see from a Spider-Man is.
Okay.
Is there any way we can get out of New York or like just for like a section of
Spider-Man in
Maine?
Tokyo. Just
What's that?
is it Spider-Man in like Tokyo or some shit? I don't know. That would be pretty cool though.
That or
In
just
Toronto.
go into
Definitely
like
on Toronto.
go into the future or like
Yeah.
something like that where he leaves where he like he's from where he's from, but he goes into like whatever verse and whatever it ends up in a
Yeah.
totally different type
Spider-Man
of New
from
York or
Texas.
something like
It's just
that.
Loke.
It's low. I mean, there is I can't remember what Spider-Man it is, but there is like a version, like a one that is like in the future or like some
Yeah,
weird alternate.
2099. Yeah,
29, like
2099.
so, like just I'd like that. That'd be pretty cool. I'd be definitely interested in that one.
See, I mean that sounds hot. So I
That
mean,
sounds really cool to me.
I'd love to just see a little bit of like in the next one, of course, because I think this one's great.
Yeah, they should have like a
And
shadow. Have you ever played Shattered Dimensions? Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. That game is pretty good.
I own Shattered Dimensions. Yeah, I played a little bit.
Yeah, like
of it.
imagine like Insomniac had like their own take of that game where it's like you could have like 4 different Spider-Man and they all have their own different hubs. Like you have like 2099 Spider-Man and like you have a free roaming 2099.
Yeah,
Like
the noir one too. And
yeah,
shit.
and then you have like a free roam noir or some shit, or you have a free roam. I don't know, like any other Spider-Man, right? Can you imagine they could just switch between them? And then I
I'd
don't
love
know.
the noir one.
Yeah,
I fucking love that. I want the
Yeah.
future one.
Yeah,
I
they
want the
need to
noir
make a
one.
new style of that game.
yeah.
They need
Something
to
like
make. They need to bring Shattered Dimensions to 2020 to 2025 or 2026. That'd be sick.
I mean, how do you guys feel about a potential Venom spinoff? I've been hearing something like that.
I think they said something like they would enjoy doing that.
Yeah.
Is that what they said?
something like that. They apparently, they're like, people want it.
I'd
I don't
enjoy
know.
playing it.
Yeah, I
I
would
mean,
love to play that.
100%. Yeah. Look,
You,
man,
And
you also,
I hope it's dark as hell.
yeah, you got to make it kind of sick, especially with Venom in this game. Like, just the way that Venom is in this game is pretty fucking raw. It's it's pretty fucking raw. So like, you should definitely do that and lean into just making it raw as hell. As far as DLC, and it's like obviously we're not doing any spoilers, but I feel like they're set up pretty nicely for a DLC if they so choose to do one. Because there's some really cool things that they could do with that. And I'd be surprised if they didn't, because like you said, they did do it for the first Spider-Man.
I don't think Miles Morales ever got DLC though.
No, well, because like Miles Morales,
technically that game was DLC.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, everybody makes the joke it's DLC or whatever, but technically it did, from all reports, start as DLC.
Yeah.
So like, I get why they didn't do it for that, but like, they should definitely have that on their list for Spider-Man 2, because it would be so awesome, the things they could do with Spider-Man 2.
100%.
Oh yeah, I wanted to say real quick, the only real complaint with this game, and I posted about it on Twitter, is like, and not even the bugs. I know people talk about the bugs and everything, which I did experience some bugs, but it was nothing actually game breaking, so it doesn't bother me too much. But like, Ham, you said you're towards the end, right?
Correct.
So, for me personally, the boss fights, as cool as they are, because the boss fights, just the set pieces for the boss fights are fucking incredible. Mm-hmm. The way they look visually, the design for the bosses visually is just next level. I feel like there's a few boss fights where I'm like, okay, two phases is great. But there's some boss fights where it's like, here's 3 phases. And then there was one in particular where it's like, here's 4 phases. And I'm like, are you fucking out of your mind? And it's like, it's not even difficult, the fight. I'm playing on the amazing difficulty. It's not that it's super difficult. It's just that it's like, dude, I beat this boss's ass once, twice, and then I'm like, okay, two phases, that's the logical conclusion. Yeah. And it's like, nope, 3 times. And I'm like, what the fuck is going? And then it's like 4 times, and I'm like, holy shit, what are we doing? And I'm like, because it was one boss in particular that, again, the boss was amazing. It was a really fucking cool boss. But it was just
like in chat the Spider Ring 2.
Spider Ring 2, yeah.
That's funny.
Dude, if they made the game like extra difficult, like a FromSoft game, and then threw 4 phase bosses at you, I'd be cooked.
Well, I'm on spectacular right now. I'm playing on the spectacular difficulty.
Yeah, try out the spectacular difficulty. I'm interested. I might do that actually to clean up the map. But yeah, that was like my only complaint with the game, was like the bosses. There were some of them that were like 3 or 4 phases where I'm just like, okay, that's kinda overkill. You kind of overstayed your welcome there, but I'm not mad at it, because it was a cool ass boss. It was a really cool set piece, so I'm not, gonna dock tons of points for it. But it's just like, some of them you need to wrap that shit up a little bit quicker, in my opinion. But that's just how I feel. Oh yeah, crap! I can't even ask because I don't want to spoil anything. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of how we feel about Spider-Man. I think we all kind of agree it's pretty damn amazing.
I have a spoiler. Spider-Man is in the game.
Spider-Man is in the game. He is. And so.
Oh, can I mention one thing that pisses me off while watching that game? The subtitles.
No.
Oh, you're gonna shut up and listen.
No,
the subtitles fucking suck. Because like, it's like, who's talking right now? Spider-Man. And then like, it'll be Miles and like Peter talking back. Spider-Man with the white mat.
Yeah,
like
tell you Spider-Man.
Just say Peter Parker. Just say Miles. Like, just like make it easy for me to like differentiate.
You could literally just say Pete or Miles.
Yeah, like it literally the same. It's just as good. There's no reason why you have to go the extra mile and put like, if anything, put like Miles and then put the mask next to it. I guess.
You know what I think they did?
Yeah.
Or just a conspiracy theory on why I think they did that.
Yeah, I think I know what you're about to say too.
Is because everybody was given like Miles shit like he's not really Spider-Man.
Yeah,
he can't be Spider-Man. It's not the real Spider-Man. And then so they're just like, you know what? Fuck it. They're both Spider-Man.
yeah.
And we're gonna dress them both as Spider-Man. And I feel like they just kind of leaned into it, which is funny.
Probably.
Which is funny, and I get it. But at the same time, come on, like, I mean, I know that. I guess for me, because I know the voices, so it doesn't really. I don't think about it too much, but it is kind of weird to think that for both of them it says Spider-Man. There's no like distinction of Miles or Peter. But
Well, it just has the picture next to it, right?
Yeah, it just has a little picture. But yeah, that is.
I mean, once
something.
again, the chance of me ever really playing this game is pretty minimal. It's just whenever I watch Bill's stream and I'm like, and, you know, his game audio is sometimes a little low, so it's like I just want to pay attention to what's going on, and it's like Spider-Man, 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 Spider-Man. I'm like, Jesus, I can't. What the hell's going on here?
Nikita says spoilers. Spider-Man is Peter Parker. That is a spoiler. That is a spoiler.
Don't you spoil it?
Yeah.
That's a very
Jonah Jameson or whatever his name is. J. Jonah.
Could you imagine if Spider-Man was J. Jonah Jameson?
That'd be hysterical.
He's just a self-hating Spider-Man.
Self-loathing.
That would be great. Let's get that as a DLC, honestly. Don't do that. Don't ever.
Don't do. Someone will
make a video. Somebody, make a mod for it, please. But yeah, that is Spider-Man. That is definitely Spider-Man. Does anyone else have anything to say about Spider-Man before we move on?
It's a great game. It's pretty good.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I agree with that. Let me see here. Oh yeah, we got a few more topics here that I definitely want to get to. So, there was an interview with Phil Spencer earlier in the week. In fact, Monday, the day after our last podcast, of course, because you know that's the way it is. Where Phil Spencer dropped quite a few things, but I think, you know, the one that people are talking about the most. I mean, there's a few, but we'll start with Game Pass because everybody, including myself, I was on the show last week saying that I thought, you know, we'd see some stuff about ABK games coming to Game Pass this week. I fully expected that. Yeah, I fully expected it. Yeah. And then, of course, the day after, Phil Spencer's like, yeah, it's not happening until 2024. I'm like, okay, that's cool. But, yeah, I just kind of wanted to toss it off to you guys. Like, are you surprised that we're not seeing anything this year, or do you think it makes sense, you know, wait till 2024
I mean, I think it. Oh yeah, you
go
first.
Nah, you're good. You go first.
All right, I guess I'll go first. Anyway, Brock versus let's go. Anyways, I mean, it doesn't make sense. I mean, like, you know, they probably weren't even sure if they were going to even get Activision at this point. So maybe they didn't do any planning. Maybe they already planned. Like, who knows how in advance they plan, you know, the Game Pass schedule. So I don't know. It really is like a lot of like, you know, shit that we probably don't even understand or, you know, that, right. So, I mean, yeah, I guess it makes sense. I mean, I know they already confirmed that, you know, games like Call of Duty and Diablo aren't going to be until next year. And so that only really left it to older stuff. So I don't know, maybe there's still a lot of other shit that they still need to figure out. Maybe like they want to, I know Hasbro was talking about the Transformers games potentially going on Game Pass, but you know, they have to work out some licensing issues from that. So it's just, it's a lot of complicated stuff, right? So I don't blame them for just being like, okay, let's just worry about this later. Let's just put out what we already planned, and then we'll worry about this another time kind of thing. So who knows? Maybe they also have backwards compatibility stuff that they're working on. They want to surprise that with us next year. Who knows, right? So they
I just think right now, personally, just to say, I think it's just more so getting Activision just absorbed into Microsoft
nice
now.
And settled in,
like, I think it's like with Bethesda, I know we got like kind of like the tease of games for the time, but I'm just thinking that's like just getting this shit done is probably so much higher up in there. And I know it's like, well, Game Pass is their main business point, but this was such a colossal undertaking. It took, what was it, 22 months? 20 months?
20 months.
20 months. Like I just think they're just kind of like Game Pass right now, as odd as it sounds, is not even our concern. Like we need to like learn how this business runs in and out. We got to make sure everything's like functioning the way it should be, and then we'll worry about Game Pass. I know part of me is kind of like, well, you want to get it out as soon as possible, and like part of me is like, yeah, you probably would, but I don't know. I kind of just get it where they kind of just barely made it across the finish line by the skin of their freaking teeth. So it's like I kind of really am not all that surprised. Like this is like so much different compared to ZeniMax. It's like not even funny how different this is. There's so much that are probably wrapped up in these games, in these studios. When it comes to licensing, there's probably so much random red tape they got to deal with that they're like, let's just kind of worried about getting settled in, and then we'll start giving them stuff from the deal passing. I mean, it kind of stinks. I'd like to see. I'd love to see Diablo go in there, like because I'd have more people play Diablo with. I'd love to see COD in there, but it's kind of like I kind of get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, especially the way Activision operates, they're a very special company, with like their yearly release schedules and their studios working on all these, it's a lot.
On
They're
the franchise.
The franchise,
They're working on all that franchise.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I also kind of wonder a little bit too with the whole ABK thing is like how long are they going to like let them go on autopilot? And what I mean by that is like how long are they going to stick with their like preconceived like their original plans for the future?
Yeah, it's like every year COD.
Yeah.
Like, are they going to stick with that? Or are they going to like take a year off? Who knows what they're going to do? Right?
I hope I
They need to
want
take
them
a year
after this.
off.
I want them after this COD to take a year off, but I wouldn't
Yeah.
also be surprised if the new COD just kind of has to come out. Like
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised.
Next
I
year's
mean, I
supposed
don't
to be
think it
Treyarch,
should.
right? So,
Yeah, like I don't think it should just come out, but I wouldn't be surprised if it just how things are kind of falling and how things are just in motion and the way they are that they're like, yeah, we got to get this out and then we can kind of make a decision on all this. But I would preferably want next year's Call of Duty to just be delayed and just give me more maps for Modern Warfare 3, I guess. I don't
I'm
know.
really happy with Modern Warfare 3 right now. I think it's a
Yeah.
great game. So
Like I
I'd
can't
be
wait
fine
for
to have that game just for 2 years.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder because like their original plan, I mean, until it wasn't, was to have Modern Warfare 2 last 2 years.
Yeah.
I wonder if in that reality, if that were to still be the case, would Sledgehammer be making the next game, or is Sledgehammer just stepping in because it typically goes Treyarch, Infinity Ward, then Sledgehammer?
Yeah.
Or so like did Sledgehammer just step in last second and say, we can do something? And because I feel like wasn't it supposed to be Treyarch was supposed to be the next game?
Yeah, because because Vanguard was in 2021, I believe, right? And then that was Sledgehammer. And then after that was Infinity War, and then it was Sledgehammer again. So
exactly.
You know what?
Sledgehammer didn't have that much time to work on this game, which makes sense considering all the maps are remakes. It's pretty much just a souped up version of Modern Warfare 2. It's really just Modern Warfare 2 with all the changes that people wanted. So,
yeah, and to say real quick, it's like I almost kind of wonder, if they even really want to start skipping. I want them to, but like I almost kind of wonder like I feel like CODs don't launch with like this kind of longevity where like you're realistically going to be playing them over a year. Like I know I would if it has good content.
Yeah.
Like, but I feel like COD almost survives off of here's the new one, here's the new special flashy thing.
Yeah, if you don't like this one, wait for the next year,
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Like I feel like it survives kind of off that.
Yeah,
and I hope they can find a way to shift away from that because like I don't want Call of Duty just be the yearly thing I play. I want it to kind of be like an event. I would like a new Call of Duty that comes out that kind of like means something. But like once again, that's why I think certain things we're not going to see certain things as soon as we'd like because I can't imagine the amount of decisions that are being made right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I definitely have thoughts on that. But Ham, chime in. But what do you think about? I mean, I guess all we're saying, but the surprise of no games hitting Game Pass in 2023, no ABK games, excuse me. And then after that, Nikita has a question in the chat, which I will be reading off as well.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not that surprised. I mean, it would have been really cool to see.
Yeah.
That's without a doubt. But I mean, whatever. This is like the busiest year in gaming that
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
way too
I've
much, to keep
dealt
track of.
with
Yeah.
and was able to afford to. I mean, I couldn't even really afford it, to be honest. I mean, I couldn't buy everything I wanted,
Yeah, I was struggling for a
but it
minute
was
there.
just like it was like the first time since I have been like a full blown grown adult that's not like in college or doing something else. Like I can literally kind of like keep an eye out on gaming, and it's been extremely awesome. So whatever, if they're talking about games hitting in 2024, I was already excited for Xbox before ABK
Yeah.
got finalized for 2024. So that just, I mean, to me it was like I either win now or I win later. Either way I
Yeah.
win. So it didn't really bother me either way. I didn't need I don't need things to hit Game Pass for me personally right now to feel okay.
Definitely. And I also feel like, you just mentioned just Xbox themselves next year is set to have I mean, by all accounts, they're set to have a pretty great year. Hellblade and Avowed are aiming for 2024. So if you get I mean, plus you figure stuff we don't know about. Stalker comes
Mm-hmm.
eventually
Possible, yeah.
in 2024. So like you put in between all of that stuff. Here's some ABK games. Like throw Diablo 4 in between Hellblade 2 and Avowed, and then throw maybe you can't throw this COD in there. Maybe you just throw all the CODs in there at some point. Maybe you have just a month where it's like it's fucking Call of Duty month.
Mm-hmm.
All the Call of Duty, all the Call of Duty is
Call of
going to
Duty
Game Pass. Yeah.
I
So
think
it's
that's
like,
why also we're not seeing shit. It's because they like once again they don't know how they want to do this yet. Like I
yeah,
think I know they have had like almost 2 years to, but like really it's like this is a very big deal. So I wouldn't
it's
be
a
surprised.
lot. It's a lot to strategize. Nikita in the chat had a question. He says, how? Oh wait, no. It says, what are your best COD campaigns? Or, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm misreading that. What are your best COD campaigns or mode? I'm not entirely sure. What's your favorite COD campaign? Is what I'm going with here.
For me, it's probably Black Ops 2, personally.
Black Ops 2, Mike.
Yeah.
Call of Duty World at War makes me feel uncomfortable.
World War Ham.
Well, if we're just going for like my favorite Call of Duty, it's Modern Warfare 3. If we're
Oh,
going
Modern Warfare
for
3 is definitely my favorite Call of Duty. Just the campaign, Black Ops 2. I like Black Ops 2 campaign a lot.
but campaign wise, Modern Warfare 2.
Modern Warfare 2 is really good. That was probably my second
Yeah.
runner-up.
My campaign, I'm going. My favorite Call of Duty in general is COD 4. My favorite campaign is COD 4.
Nice.
I just fucking love that all gillied up mission. I just miss
It's so good.
kicks
That
so
mission's
much ass.
iconic.
Just kicks
It's like
so much fucking ass.
it's incredible.
It is. Nikita says Black Ops 2 Zombies is a GOAT for me. And modes. Oh, okay. So what are your favorite modes from Call of Duty? Like, I know Mike, you like zombies, right?
Yeah, it'd be either zombies or Spec Ops from Modern Warfare 2, like OG Spec Ops.
was pretty damn fun.
Personally,
I thought Spec Ops was Modern Warfare 3.
It was in 2.
It was in
It was in
2.
2.
It was in
Me and my
both.
buddy,
2 and 3,
100% Spec Ops and Modern Warfare. It was a
Does
bitch.
anyone remember? Does anyone remember that like favela map where it was just you with the thumpers against like 50 juggernauts?
Yes, and it
That was
Right,
it.
it wasn't 2. You're 100% right. It wasn't
That
2
was-
because I remember doing that.
That was
As soon as
demonic.
you said favela, I was like, oh shit.
That
was
fucking
demonic.
thump. Dum, dum, dum. And that music it plays when you see a juggernaut.
Yep.
That it's like, oh fuck.
It
Oh,
shits
now I want to
up
play it
go
again.
down. Dude, that was we spent like he came up to visit for like 2 weeks, and we had a bunch of stuff planned where we were gonna go do like fun shit. And dude, we just played Modern Warfare 2. We just played Modern Warfare 2 Spec Ops for like 2 weeks straight, and by the end of it, I mean it was worth it just to have that memory of doing it. But God, it was a bitch. It was a bitch to do that. But yeah, dude, that was iconic for me. I definitely go Spec Ops.
Personally, I think Black Ops 1 Zombies is probably like peak zombies in my opinion. I just love the maps in that game. I love the simplicity of it too. Like I feel like it strikes a perfect balance between, interesting maps and just straight up simplicity where it's just not overcomplicated like the later zombie maps, but it's not too simple. Like it's like I feel like it's just right.
For
Black Ops
me,
1
it'll
Zombies.
always be World at War, just because like they wanted it to be scary.
Yeah.
Like Verrückt is a mental asylum, and if you like go up to
Yeah.
certain corners of walls, you can hear people screaming and crying. And there's like
Yeah.
like Noxter on Toten is like a airfield that you wake up in. That like it's just really cool. I don't know, dude. It's just so cool. I just love World at War zombies map. Like Shinonuma, is that it?
Shinonuma,
Shinonuma.
yeah.
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 Like that's a really disturbing map. Like the first thing you see when you start that map is a dude that got hung. Like the first thing you see that he was like mutilated and hung, and it's like, okay, that's great. This is a great way to start this off. It's a very dark, um, uh, just the whole game is dark. I just adore World at War. It's just such a dark and brooding and depressing game,
The
and it probably captures that like emotion so well in everything it did.
The thing I like about Black Ops 1 Zombies too is like not only does it include, the new maps, but it even has all the World at War maps as well, included in the game. So
One thing I didn't like though is that they didn't have the OG weapons. It was
that's true. Yeah.
like with the fact I'm like using the goddamn like RPK or whatever instead of the like I don't even remember what other gun was there, or I'm not using the M1A1 Garand or
Yeah, I think
an
in
M1.
Knock you have like the Thunder Gun, I think, even though that's
Yeah,
never
it's like
supposed to be
I
there.
don't. That's just a personal thing. I still played
Yeah.
the shit out of Black Ops Zombies. I love Black
Yeah.
Ops Zombies. I love
Yeah.
Black Ops Zombies.
No, you don't.
Wait a moment. That's the one with the hell. Yeah, World at War Zombies is the one with the Hellhounds. And yeah, that game was just scary. It was genuinely scary.
Mhm.
Oh my god! Don't listen to Matt, Nikita. What?
What? I didn't say
What?
that. But yeah, that was. What's up?
No, I was just gonna say quick that reason I say Modern Warfare 3 is because I felt like it perfectly encapsulated not only like a good campaign, but also respect to its predecessor of like good maps being
great
added,
maps.
great modes being added,
Confirm.
new good maps, and previous, like I just said, but also the Spec Ops for that was just insanity. I really loved going through what was it called, like the underground, or I think it was called Underground, with the trains, or is like Underground, or the Underground Station or something like that with all the trains.
Oh, what the hell is that map called? I know what you're talking about.
And they have these different like areas where you can get like your weapons from, and I loved doing that. Like you can get weapons over here, you can get turrets over here, you can get like kill streaks and like whatever kind of extra skill you wanted to have. So if you wanted to have 2 big guns and also sleight of hand, you could have, I believe it was at least 2 things or something like that. Or no,
3 perks. Wait, sorry.
Perks.
Yeah. Now I know what you're
I think
talking
it was. It might have only been 1 perk that you could have.
I think for accidentally I was thinking of World at War. Sorry about that. I think you're right.
But I thought that shit was so fun. But I loved the introduction that they had. The thing that sealed the deal for me was the introduction to 1v1, 2v2, and 3v3. And when I played that, back when it launched. Man, like that game was all I played. All I ended up playing during that time period was Borderlands, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 3, and it was a long time until I cared to buy a new game.
Yeah, Modern Warfare 3 carried me so much. that was all me and my friend played. He'd come over to my house, I'd turn on Modern Warfare 3, we'd do split screen, and that was like our entire day. We was just playing Modern Warfare 3. That lasted for like at least a year and a half, like easily.
Nikita asks
one of the rare games where to me it almost didn't matter what the other person wanted to play. Oh, you want to play Spec Ops? Okay. Oh, you want to play Team Deathmatch? Okay. Oh, you want to play 3v3 and stuff? Oh, okay. Like literally any part of that game, I was okay playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a fantastic game.
I'll let Matt say it.
And Nikita asked if the map was called Transit.
That was on Black Ops 2. Transit.
No, I don't think it was Transit.
Oh, isn't that the zombie map? No, wait, I'm thinking.
Transit was the zombies map from Black Ops 2. Yeah. That was the first one.
Gotcha.
It might have been.
I don't really like Transit.
Underground.
Hey,
Wait, Underground was in Modern Warfare 3. That was a map in Modern Warfare 3. It was Underground.
It was either Underground or like Underground might have been something else, but I don't know. It was
Underground was definitely in Modern Warfare 3. I'm like 90% confident in that.
But I just know it was the one with the trains and yeah, that's the best way I could kind of put it right now.
I mean, hey, either name makes sense, honestly. Underground or Transit. I could see it both of those being correct. But yeah, that's the beginning of the whole topic with, Phil Spencer, the interview and everything. But there was actually a little bit more from that interview I wanted to go over, and that is the fact that, the idea of Call of Duty parity, which we kind of talked about, me and him, on the show on Wednesday. We kind of talked about this, but I didn't go too in depth on it. Mike, I mean, obviously I haven't gotten your thoughts on it, Twan, you either. So I'm going to pass it off to either of you guys first. Because Phil Spencer in the interview says that they will do absolute content parity between PlayStation, Xbox, and in the future Nintendo on Call of Duty. So this means no exclusive beta. There's going to be no content locked to one platform.
Good.
And then he even, in the same interview, which I thought was funny, he threw shots at Sony for the exclusive beta or the timed beta that they had for a week, like an early release beta. I think it was they had theirs the weekend before, right?
Mm-hmm. That was the week before.
Yeah. And he kind of threw some shots at that, and he said that doesn't help the game or the community in any substantial way. So
helps Sony though.
Yeah, it helps their platform.
I guess it does. So what are you guys' thoughts on Call of Duty parity? I mean, I know we kind of knew about this already because he signed some contracts for it.
Yeah.
But what are your thoughts to actually finally hear it from Phil Spencer?
I guess I'll go.
Yeah.
I mean, it's about freaking time, man. I mean, honestly, I'd argue that the exclusive content that Sony gets for Call of Duty was even worse than the content that Microsoft would get back in the 360 days because
we'd never get it. We'd have to wait an entire year.
Yeah, because, exactly. Yeah, because it's funny because in back in the 360 day, it was just DLC comes out, PlayStation players just wait 1 month, and that was it. It was just a month they had to wait.
Yep.
But with PlayStation, it's entire modes being locked down for a whole year. I mean, by the time you're able to play that mode, the new COD's already out. So it's
that's wild to think about. The new one's already out.
Yeah, it was absolutely insane. It was crazy that they were even allowed to do that. Honestly, no, in hindsight, thinking about it, but
it's wild that nobody talks about that more often, or nobody talked about that more often, considering that was their strategy. Just like we'll hoard modes until the new one's out and nobody wants to play it anyway.
Yeah, it's disgusting thinking about it. But yeah, so yeah, I mean
And this
it's
man said
just the way.
PlayStation's disgusting.
Just a sick company.
Adam.
Yeah. But yeah, it's great. It's just great for people that are into COD. You know, they don't have to worry about having to get early access on the PlayStation. You could just now just play it on PC, or I could just play it on Xbox, or who knows, even in the future, I could play it on my Switch too, or whatever the hell the new system's going to be called, right?
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully, do you think that console's even actually going to get the newer CODs, or do you think they're just going to get like ports or something?
Well, I mean, the way he's talking about it is full content parity. So it doesn't sound like they're getting some watered down version. The way he's making it sound, that's not how it sounds.
On the Switch, it's going to be like. Oh, sorry, go.
I was gonna say too. I mean, that's like obviously it's gonna make them more money doing that too. When you really think about it, because when someone buys the game on PlayStation, who's still gonna get a majority of the cut?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Them.
Yeah.
Like it's like, yeah, could you argue, oh, they could do this to grow this and that? I'm like, maybe, but like it literally, that's way more risky than anything, and not even worth it, and scummy to do. Like I'd be very unhappy if they actually went that route.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like there's no reason to. A part of me is what's the word? A bit spiteful. And I'm kind of like, you know what? You should have just been like, fuck you. And be like, exclusive demo or some crap. I don't know. I mean, I really don't want that to actually happen because that's bad for everyone. But, it's good. Like, there's no reason any of that should be exclusive. Like especially, like, apparently, like, our progress doesn't carry over into the main game unless you're on PlayStation or something like that. Mm-hmm. Like, that's, like, it's so fucking stupid, but it is what it is. Apparently, our progress does not carry over to the main game unless you pre-ordered on PlayStation from the beta. From my understanding.
So from the beta, like, you don't get anything unless you bought it on PlayStation, pretty much.
Yes.
That's actually hilarious.
That's a pretty cool business practice. I like that.
But what else was I gonna say? Oh, I mean, it would be funny if like the Switch got like Modern Warfare 3 declassified or some shit like that. I don't know if you remember Black Ops Declassified on the Vita.
Yeah, I mean, like I could see that happening. I could see Nintendo getting games like that, but only if Microsoft is already making games like that. Like I don't like it. Doesn't make any sense for Microsoft because, like I said, the way he was talking about it made it sound like Nintendo's getting the same game that PlayStation's getting, which is the same game that Xbox gets, which is the same game that PC gets. Mm-hmm. So it's like, if they're already going to make that game, then yeah. But I can't imagine Microsoft being like, yeah, we're going to also dedicate our first-party team's time to making an exclusive game solely for Switch.
Mm-hmm. That's probably not going to happen now that I think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see it happening, but I am interested. Not that I'm gonna play it there, but I am interested to see like
how it runs and everything.
New generation Call of Duty on this engine running on a Nintendo console. It's not going to be the Switch. It's going to be the Switch 2.
Yeah.
But what does that look like? What is the Switch 2 actually targeting? I guess we'll find out because it's supposed to be rumored to come out late 2024, early 2025. So I mean, it's not too long to wait to find out, but I am interested nonetheless, even though I will be playing it on Xbox or PC. But it's besides the point. I'm sorry, what were you about to say, Twan?
What was I about to say? Oh yeah, I think he said like there's gonna I think the parity was just gonna be the content, right? Obviously, depending on the hardware, parity. Right?
And he did specify that, by the way.
Yeah, right. If if the hardware can't handle it, the hardware just simply can't handle it, right? So,
yes. He said there will be cases where one platform has a higher resolution, lower frame rate, or whatever the case, but it's full content parity regardless.
And I did see some people look. I'm like, he's obviously mostly talking about Nintendo, and it's like, if it happens on PlayStation, blame fucking PlayStation. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Like, and here's the thing, I don't know. It will happen on PlayStation. That's and that's not to say like, oh, they're going out of their way to make it worse on, but it's just
Well, no,
like
it's a higher priority for Xbox,
it's yeah,
right?
exactly their first
Yeah.
party studio now. It's a higher priority. The Xbox port is their higher priority, and then on top of that, I mean, I know like we're kind of done talking about it at this point, but at this generation Xbox is stronger than this generation PS5, just in raw power. Now you're getting more use out of the PS5 because devs are prioritizing the PS5 more because I mean, let's be real,
The
it's
more
outselling
popular
the
system.
Xbox.
Yeah.
It's outselling the Xbox like fucking what 3-1 or some shit.
Almost. Yeah, it's about there. Yeah.
So it's like, so yeah, they're prioritizing it more, so you're getting more out of the PlayStation. But
Mhm.
just in terms of raw power, a first-party studio for Xbox that releases a game on PlayStation, it's going to run and probably look a little bit better
Mhm.
on Xbox.
Yeah, I mean, just look at even Doom Eternal. I'm pretty sure Doom Eternal's Xbox port looked better than the PS5 one. Like it was like,
Yeah,
It's due to native
yeah,
VRS2 support.
yeah.
Um, that's the main because it can maintain a higher resolution, yada yada yada. By yeah,
Mhm.
that's technical crap I won't get into.
that is a whole
But
lot of yachting, Mike.
Matt, you're a lot of yada. All right.
Doesn't make
Anyways,
sense.
Yeah. Anyways,
you are though.
but the biggest thing I think Xbox is getting out of the whole Call of Duty thing, obviously, there's no exclusive content on all that stuff. But I think the biggest thing is just the fact that the game's gonna be on Game Pass. Like that's like the number
Yes,
one. Like that's what's
unquestionably.
really like that's what's really gonna make it or break it for a lot of people. Is like you go on PlayStation, right? You spend $80 now for your PlayStation Plus, and then you spend $70 for the latest COD, or you could go on an Xbox, spend $100, have access to internet, and have the latest COD.
Yeah,
All in just $100,
and
and you get a new COD every year.
I'm
So
glad you brought that up. And Ham, I want to pass it to you, but I also want to ask the question of because what Tuan said, there the whole benefit of this is that it comes to Game Pass. And Phil Spencer said in this very same interview, he said, "We have no plans to weaponize Call of Duty to sell more Xbox consoles." And me and you talked about it, Ham. That's cap. That's a lie. God bless you, Phil Spencer, but that's cap. And Twan brought up the point of Game Pass.
yeah.
That is the thing that will sell more consoles as soon as Call of Duty is there. And I kind of wanted to pass it on to you because what are your thoughts on that? And then what are your thoughts also on Call of Duty parity across consoles?
No, I think the Call of Duty parody is just something that should have been done a long time ago. I never understood unless like somebody went out of their way, like Sony seemed to pay for extra content in Hogwarts. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. I don't have a problem with something like that.
Or even like the
But
VR mode in like Resident Evil, right? Like obviously Sony paid for that, right? So
right.
yeah,
So like I don't have a problem when people pay for that type of stuff. But like on a game that is literally everywhere.
yeah.
And it's just like to me it's just not the same type of setup. Like to me I feel like a lot of people play Call of Duty a lot for the multiplayer, right?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And with everybody being able to play with each other and stuff like that now, I just think seeing that Hogwarts is single player and this is multiplayer, that right there kind of tells me that needs to just be the same everywhere.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Especially since it's cross-platform too. Like
If you have like an extra quest or an extra skin that's PlayStation related somehow, or Xbox or Nintendo related, like
a Master Chief skin. I don't know.
like I'm sure you remember this, Twan. Soul
What?
Calibur, Link,
Yeah,
Soul
yeah.
Calibur, Spawn, Soul
Spawn. Yeah.
Calibur. What was the third one? It was
I
Spawn.
think it was a Tekken
Link.
character. Maybe no. Wait. Let me check.
I don't know.
Let me check because I know Spawn was on Xbox and I know Blink was obviously on PlayStation.
I don't remember what was
For
on the
PlayStation, right?
PlayStation one.
I mean,
I want to say it was like Hayachi or
Yeah,
something.
yeah. See, it was from Tekken. Hayachi. Yeah, you're right. So yeah, it was a Tekken character.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, got it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like to me, it's just like that kind of stuff can kind of happen, or I don't know. Like I said, just multiplayer is just different. It just hits a little bit different. I think it'd be weird to not be able to have something unless it was like something from their first party. So like if I hopped on the Call of Duty and I seen like, I mean, who knows if this will ever happen, but if I seen Kratos on there, I'd expect it to be a PlayStation player.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If I hopped on and seen Chief, obviously Xbox. If I hopped on and seen, I mean, fucking Jesus, but Mario or something, or fucking Link or something like I think I think it'd be easier to see Link out there, right?
Or maybe Samus, you know.
Or Samus, yeah,
Samus would be dope.
Samus would be dope out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think that would be cool. But other than that, like any kind of specific, new, I don't know, fucking Nicholas Minaj or something like that. If they had one of those or something like that, that's an inside joke. But if they had something like that, you know, which they do, but if it was only for PlayStation, I think that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
If they have LeBron James and it was only for PlayStation, and then they had like, I don't know, Jokic that's only on like fucking Nintendo, I'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's just a dartboard. They're just throwing things at a dartboard. Okay, yeah, that's
Nintendo
exclusive.
mascot.
I can't get Giannis and I can't get fucking what's his name? Not Giannis, but what's that dude's name? The dude on the Mavs.
Oh, Doncic, Luka.
Yeah, I can't get Doncic because I got a PlayStation. Like that's ridiculous. Right?
Xbox exclusive.
That's just bizarre. Just
1 second. Need to run to the restroom, guys. Be right back.
Stuck with Ben Simmons on fucking Nintendo.
Ben Simmons, the Nintendo mascot for Call of Duty.
Let's go. That'd be something.
I mean, his shot. That's how accurate your shots would be on Call of Duty.
Also, it makes you wonder. It makes you wonder why Spawn was the Xbox character on Soul Calibur 2. It's like, you know, Xbox doesn't really own Spawn.
Well, PlayStation doesn't own Tekken either.
Well, I know, but the thing is, at that time, Tekken was always usually released exclusively on PlayStation at that point. So I guess it kind of made sense for them, you know.
Was there not a Spawn game for Xbox? I thought there was.
Was it?
Not, I don't think so. I mean, there was one on the Dreamcast. I know there was one on the PS2. But like the Tekken games, like before Tekken 6, usually they'd only release on PlayStation the Tekken games.
Yeah.
Like up to that point on PS2. Because like Tekken 3, like that was like the PS1 game for fighting game.
Yeah, Tekken 3 is the GOAT.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, I guess it was just that stigma they had. But like, I mean, imagine if like in Soul Calibur 2 you had like Master Chief with like an energy sword. Like that'd be sick, you know. Like that'd make, I don't know, that'd be better suited for like, you know, an exclusive Xbox character, you know. But I don't know, that's just me. But it is what it is. You know, you can't change history, you know.
I mean, maybe one day.
Yeah.
Maybe one day. I mean, I know we'll be seeing Xbox mascots in a fighting game relatively soon. I mean, we already kind of do with Killer Instinct, but they are. There was that one news report a while ago at this point that Killer Instinct was getting a next gen upgrade, and apparently the team is kind of sort of working on it again.
Yeah.
Killer Instinct?
Yeah, Killer Instinct.
Yeah.
It was an anniversary update. It was like a 10-year anniversary. And that made me feel old seeing that.
Yeah, are you talking about that recent announcement, Twan?
No, it was like a 10-year anniversary update for Killer Instinct.
And yeah, dude, and they had like a whole event about it, and like they announced that they were going to be working on some like newer seasons and
Were they?
stuff
No,
like
I don't know
that.
what were seasons. Wait,
I
is that
believe it's
true?
Iron Galaxy, right?
Well, Iron Galaxy, yeah,
Iron
they took it
Galaxy.
over. Yeah, because after Double Helix got bought up by Amazon, it switched over to Iron Galaxy. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're going to be bringing that back hard. So
Really? Are they actually? Wait, I'm gonna check because I just knew about the update. I didn't know about any extra shit.
yeah, I know K Mega, which we talk to him pretty frequently in the lobby here. But yeah, he's super excited about that. I was actually on a podcast with him when he found it out because it was happening during the same time as the podcast. It was crazy.
Yeah. I'm interested to see that because, like, I haven't really been into fighting games traditionally much at all. But the one fighting game I played a little bit of uh, was, I mean, besides, like, in the recent years, was Killer Instinct. And that was because, like, when I got my Xbox One originally, I had this cool little feature, we'll call it, where whenever I put a disc in, it sounded like a fucking meat grinder. So it wouldn't read discs. And every Xbox One came with Killer, like I could download Killer Instinct for free.
Well, it's a free to play. I mean, it was
Yeah,
free to try, I guess. It wasn't
yeah,
really a free to play game, but it was like almost like a
yeah.
demo almost.
And that's like I played a ton of Killer Instinct off of that for like 2 days before I sent my Xbox in for repair. And I got my Xbox back and it did the exact same shit and I had to send it again. But that's neither here nor there. Point is, I did play a little bit of Killer Instinct and I actually enjoyed it. And seeing the fact that, you know, now they got like, you got Master Chief in there, they got Arbiter, which is like one of my favorite Xbox characters of all time. Like, just all those characters, especially now. Like, if they're going to work on that game now, properly, there's so many characters that they could put in there. So fucking many characters. And it would be interesting to see
We
that.
could have like Price in there.
Exactly. You fucking put Captain Price in there. You could put Soap, Ghost. You could put Ghost in it. Ghost would be sick in Killer Instinct. Ghost would be sick.
Oh no, the fucking Alex Mercer in fucking
Yeah, Alex
Killer
Mercer.
Instinct.
You could put fucking Spyro the Dragon in there. I don't know how, but make it happen.
Just an edgy version of Spyro the Dragon.
With a gun.
Yeah, Spyro with a gun.
With a gun.
Gun and a cigarette.
And we could even have Doom Guy. We could have fucking Doom Guy in Killer Instinct. Oh man, that'd be fucking insane.
With a Bowie knife. Doom Guy with a Bowie knife.
No, he's got the he has the crucible. Oh man, that'd be so sick.
Nah, you just give him a table knife or something.
give him an arrow, give him a bow and arrow.
Yeah.
Give him an airsoft gun. I agree, Mike. We give him an airsoft gun. All right, I'm sorry. I got derailed there. Just talk shit.
Where you going?
Yeah, Killer Instinct definitely the closest Xbox has to like a Smash Brothers at this point.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like, if by 2025, 2026, we don't have some sort of announcement for like a new Killer Instinct or something of that caliber, because there needs to be a game for Xbox that they can put all of their characters in. There has to be. There has to be. Like, it's cool whenever, you know, Super Smash Bros. Like does their thing where it's like, oh, Master Chief comes Super Smash. It's like, that's cool. That's really cool. But it's like, you need that on your platform.
Yeah, like
you
we
need
have
that on your platform.
like we have like technically two Microsoft characters in Smash Brothers right now. We have Banjo and we have Steve from Minecraft. You know,
Was Master Chief not in it? Because I swear I remember seeing like
Master Chief is not in Smash Brothers.
Okay, because I remember seeing like people talking about it forever. Like, it was heavily rumored, and then everybody was anticipating it, and it never happened.
It was possible. We did get Banjo Kazooie, and we also got, like I said, we got Minecraft Steve. So, and like I said, those are two Microsoft owned, you know, properties. So,
my favorite character from Minecraft is Minecraft.
Yeah,
I love Minecraft. It's a really complex character.
Name's Steve.
No, it's Minecraft.
Steve.
His name's Minecraft. Mike doesn't play games. He doesn't know. He doesn't
True,
know
Matt.
like
Matt
I
like
know.
games.
So Matt's the type of person that would call Samus Metroid.
Matt's the type of person that respects Metroid and wants Metroid, but Nintendo doesn't care about Metroid, so Nintendo constantly lets Matt down. And Matt, never mind. Okay, all right.
Good.
I'm sorry.
More people should.
Fuck you, Nintendo. Fuck you. Telling me that Metroid
This
Prime
is
4
sounding like a
exists.
Slim Shady song.
Tell me Metroid Prime 4 exists just to never show me anything, just to never ever show me
Could you,
anything about
could you
it ever
imagine
again.
someone? Just imagine someone be like, Metroid Prime 4 is coming out, and they buy a Switch only for them to buy the new Switch to actually probably get Metroid Prime 4. You
Dude,
know,
I'm telling you right now, that's the only way I'm buying the next Switch. Like, dude, they can tell me, oh, Tears of the Kingdom, they could fucking make it 120 FPS. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. The only way I'm buying that console is if you guarantee me I can play Metroid Prime 4. If you can't guarantee me that, then I don't want it.
thing is though, I don't think an
gotta say
announcement is enough because I mean, like they announced it already, right? But we still don't have it. So I mean, until the game is in our hands, playable, like I won't believe it. You know,
Running by an NPC, just Wanderer. Yes, you Wanderer. I know what you are. And then he just walked away from me. I just think of you, Matt. I just think
What
of
was
you.
that from?
An NPC in Diablo just walked up to me and said, "I know what you are." I'm like, okay.
Oh, it's true.
Like,
It's
what?
Filthy
definitely
bot,
true.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I am
Exactly.
definitely a filthy bot.
A nasty robot. He's a
Ugh.
sick bot.
Nikita, I need you to start harassing Matt in every stream.
I think you need to harass Mike because he is just a filthy bot.
I am filthy.
Yep,
Look at that.
exactly. Cool.
Oh, being harassed again.
The final point from the Phil Spencer interview I want to go over is that there was a topic of, reviving old Activision games that, of course, we haven't seen in forever because Activision works on Call of Duty, Blizzard works on WoW, Diablo, and sadly Overwatch. So I guess I wanted to throw the question out to you guys. What would you guys like to see come back? I know we've kind of talked about it, but like realistically, what do you think? What would you like to see, and what do you think we could possibly see come back?
Nikita needs prototyper.
Like from Activision.
From Activision, Blizzard, like whoever.
I think it's safe to say that Hexen's probably gonna come back. I mean, just looking at Phil Spencer, he wants it so bad.
I'm telling you, I told him. Yeah. Phil Spencer in this interview went out of his way to mention Hexen like unprompted twice. And he mentioned it again when he was asked what he would like to come back.
And even wore a shirt before that too.
So it's like I feel like it's safe to assume Phil Spencer is some sort of Hexen fan.
Yeah.
So
I mean, like, if no studio wants to do it, he'll probably be like, "Fuck it, I'm doing it myself." Like,
Phil Spencer's gonna make it himself. It's gonna be a Phil Spencer banger.
It's not even gonna be an Xbox game. It's just a Phil Spencer game.
Developed by Phil Studios.
Phil Studios.
He's the lead designer, the narrator, and he does the voices. He even does the sound effects for all the guns.
Pew, pew, pew.
I love that. But yeah, okay. Back on topic. What game? So it sounds like you would like to see Hexen.
Well, yeah. I'd be more surprised if Hexen didn't come back at this point. Honestly,
honestly, the way he's talking about it, I kind of agree with you on that.
Yeah.
I'd be more surprised if it doesn't come back.
Like it's just yeah.
But do you think Raven Software is going to be developing it, or do you think it would be like id Software or maybe someone else?
If they want to develop it, I think they have so many studios that could do Hexen. Like not even just id or Raven. What about Machine Games?
Yeah,
Machine Games could do Hexen, but then again, Machine Games has to be a situation where they want to because you figure they're working on Indiana Jones. And then everybody's also got this expectation of like, okay, after Indiana Jones, surely we're going to get Wolfenstein, right? Yeah. So it's like, I mean, I think Machine Games might be a little busy at the moment, but like, I mean,
and like it to me also sounds really busy because freaking Phil Spencer has been hinting at what they've been doing now for like I swear to God like 2 years,
yeah,
like a year now.
he seems to be very impressed with whatever it is doing. He seems to very much enjoy it.
And Todd Howard, like it's like they're doing something, and I don't know what, but I'll be
They
there.
just gotta freaking announce it already. Like, holy shit!
I know they announced it at last Quake, not this previous QuakeCon, but the one before that they're working on a new game. And they said we just need. I'm like, and I need to know what it is. I need it. I mean, we know what it is.
You want to know what it is, Mike?
But,
it's Halo 3 remake, Mike.
Anyways,
it's time to finish. It's time to finish the fight, Mike.
Oh my God, we've been waiting to finish the fight now for like 20 fucking years.
Shut up and finish the fight, Mike.
Finish the fucking fight. Finish the fight and pay another $60. But
I will.
I will. Me too. But no, seriously, I can't wait. Anyways, yeah. But Hexen. What else? We got Prototype.
I think honestly, I think I'm a broken
True
record
Crimes. I would fucking lose my mind at a new True Crimes game.
True Crime was fucking phenomenal, and it's criminally underrated.
It's awesome.
Continue.
It is really, really good. Like Streets of LA was my favorite. I actually own the one. I loved Streets of New York up until there was a glitch on certain copies of the Xbox version where you have to do a quick time event, and depending on the disc you got, it was actually an unbeatable. No, it like would not register your button presses. So I've kind of always had a somewhat sour opinion on that one, just because of the fact it hated me and I hated it. So it was equal. No, but like seriously though, those games are addictive. And if you love those games and you haven't played like Sleeping Dogs, go play that, because Sleeping Dogs started out as True Crimes Hong Kong. Yeah. So yeah, those games are great.
I agree with that. 1,000% agree with that. So, like, those are the games you want to come back. Do you think realistically, for you personally, Mike, do you think realistically those games come back in any way, shape, or form? Like the realistic outlook?
No.
You're saying just no.
It's like,
I love honesty.
No, I'm gonna be real with you. I want it, and I'm not gonna be like I'm not gonna like double down and be like, if it does get announced, like I do it all along. But like, I'm gonna keep it real. Like, I think games like True Crime and like what was the other one we just fucking said? Not Hexen, but what there's like
Prototype.
I mean, Prototype to me, I feel like has a chance, but True Crime.
I think Phoenix could be Prototype.
I think Prototype can, because that can be its own little niche. It can kind of like, but like I feel like True Crime specifically, especially, is too close to anything GTA like, unless they really try to make it different.
Yeah.
But I do feel like there's a lot of old IP where it's just we might get them backwards compatible. We might get a remaster or maybe even a remake of some of them. But I would not expect to see a lot of new IP from certain ones. I just expect them to be re-released digitally in some form, and maybe with slight texture touch-ups. But yeah, that's my personal take. I want to be proven wrong, though. I want to be proven wrong.
Same. Can I say real quick, and then I want to pass it off to him. I feel like with something like Prototype, I feel like that would be a moment for Xbox to prove something, because Xbox has this, like, I've played Prototype recently. It was before Spiderman came out. I was playing Prototype, and Prototype is so over the top, like unapologetically violent, where it's like Microsoft ever since, you know, they had, when they came out, they had that like that edgy marketing and everything, and that kind of was their thing. Whereas you could argue since the end of the 360 generation, even during the 360 generation, they kind of leaned away from that. They kind of like, they don't love doing things like that. I feel like redoing Prototype or bringing it back in some sort of capacity and staying faithful to what Prototype really is, which again is just unapologetically violent, just a game that is a sandbox of violence that's built for you to have fun. Like, if they could do that and do it properly, I feel like that would ease a lot of people's fears with, like, because I don't know if you guys have seen it or not, but I know it's been talked about where, like, you think of the campaigns in Call of Duty, like the campaign in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and even Modern Warfare 1.
Like
Where
the reboot or the
the
original?
reboots. I'm talking about the
Yeah,
reboots.
yeah.
But just Call of Duty campaigns in general, for that matter.
Yeah.
But like specifically those two, there was some dark
Especially the
shit in
first
there.
one. Yeah.
Exactly. There was some really sick, twisted shit in there, and it's like,
Which one?
and Modern Warfare 2019,
Yeah. Okay.
um, where like I've seen people have this opinion of like, I hope Microsoft stepping in doesn't stop Infinity Ward or Treyarch or
Mhm.
Sledgehammer
Mhm.
from actually exploring stuff like that.
Mhm.
Because, like I said, the whole stereotype for Xbox the last decade and a half has been, their games are a little more safe. They're not so edgy, at least not
Mhm.
as much as they used to be. And I feel like, Prototype would be a really great way to kind
Yeah,
of
I
just
know.
say, yeah, fuck that.
I know people even been criticizing Starfield because people don't think Starfield's violent enough. Apparently,
Violent
so
enough. Which is
yeah.
like, personally, I think Starfield's violence is kind of perfect because whenever you see it, you know some shit happened.
Yeah.
Like, you can go 20 minutes without seeing a spot of blood in Starfield, but then you can walk into a room where it's just fucking splattered everywhere, and it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, I kind of went off on a tangent there. Ham, games being revived from the ABK catalog. I know we sort of talked about it a little bit on Wednesday of what you would like to see. You also mentioned the Xbox catalog in general, but I guess just give everybody kind of a refresher. What are some things you would like to see come back from ABK?
So I would definitely like. I mean, obviously, Prototype. You guys have
Mhm.
talked about that. Transformers. I think Twan may
Yeah.
have mentioned
Well,
that.
licensing issues, but
Well, I don't even think it's like. I think Lulu came out and said it's not even an issue.
Well, I'm pretty sure
Hasbro.
Hasbro said they're down. So I
Yeah,
mean, it's just a
Hasbro
matter of
said they're
signing
down.
some papers,
Yeah,
right? So
and yeah, and then Lulu said like they just don't have, they lost something that they don't even have access to it or something like that. I can't
like
remember.
source
Oh, so
code.
then,
Or
so then, is it still in turmoil?
I I it sounds like if they had access to whatever it was that they lost, they would absolutely do it, but they don't have access to it.
like, is it like a source code missing or something? Or
I'm gonna see if I can find it while you guys are talking. But there was something that they said that they just don't have in their databanks anymore.
interesting.
I'll look it up while you guys are talking.
Okay. Well, there are those, but I mean, me personally, especially with sitting here playing Spider-Man, since I know Activision's worked on it prior, I'd like to see them holler at Disney and Marvel and say, "Hey, we want to work on Deadpool again."
All
I would
right.
like
That
that.
would be super hot.
Well,
Definitely, dude.
100%.
I would love that. Oh,
Because that came out in like the PS3 360 generation. So to see that pop back up
yeah.
with, the type of fidelity that you're getting out of Spider-Man, but with guns and even more of a dark sense of humor,
hmm
that'd be great.
So for Activision and Transformers, there were rumors. I mean, Hasbro came out and said they want to re-release old Transformers video games, but Hasbro said that Activision lost the source code. Lulu Chang came out and
It
said the
was source
headline.
code, yeah.
Yeah, Lulu Chang came out and said the headlines are wrong. We have the code. It's not lost and never was. So they have it. So they have it,
That's awesome.
and
Exactly like I said, there is no problem.
yeah. So I guess there is no problem. I thought she said that there was, but there isn't. So continue.
Let's go. But yeah, that's what I'd like to see. I mean, I don't have a list of Activision games in front of my face, but that's the one that kind of sticks out. That and True Crime Streets of LA. I'd love to see that come back. I'd like them to do and the thing is, I don't want them to really redo LA or redo New York. I just want them to pick a new city. Like True crime streets of Vice City or something.
Streets
like
of
that.
Canton, Ohio.
I mean streets of Toronto.
To make
Go to
Twan the
fucking
character.
Canada.
I'm down.
That'd be hysterical.
I just
I'm
want them
down.
to keep it in. I'd want them to keep it in North America, though.
Yeah.
I'd like them to keep that in North America.
Yeah, then have in Toronto.
I feel like that'd be the best way to encapsulate the feeling of true crime.
Sure.
I feel like if you take it to like London or something, then it feels like Watch Dogs.
What about South America? What's South America? Like, what about Argentina or something, or Cuba?
Not really.
Okay.
I'm pretty firm with, like, I'm okay with like Mexico.
Yeah.
But like, and like, nah, man, like I'm even thinking like Jamaica, and I'm just like, no. Like, although that would be cool, like I just want it to be kind of like, I just want it to be kind of North American feel, where it can really be a hardcore story told here easily without it feeling like it's reaching too hard.
Gotcha.
I don't want it to be in an unfamiliar area for like devs to work on and stuff like that. I'd like it to just be like, yo, we know a lot about, I don't know,
I get
Houston
what you're saying. Yeah.
or something like that, or Chicago, or I'd rather it not be Chicago, because somebody told me the other day, and I completely agreed with them. They're like, the problem with doing Chicago is it ends up just looking like New York, except with different shaped buildings. And I was just like, that's pretty fair. That's pretty fair. So like, I would definitely like it to be something like a Vice City or Houston, Dallas, or something that's known for their, would be fucking nuts? True crime streets of Memphis. Fuck.
Jesus.
You just play as Tom.
Get John Morant and Tom in there.
You just play as Tom.
Dude. Couple of glizzies. Jeez.
Yeah, you already know that'd be a banger. You'd be like, oh shit. This motherfucker about to be dangerous.
John Morant's making it out of the NBA. Oh my god. Making it to the streets. That actually, Memphis actually would be, it'd be a different spin, because I feel like true crime,
I think they could pay a lot of homage to Memphis too.
They could.
Memphis had, like, as much as it has like that notoriety of like some of its crime and whatnot, it has a lot of fucking like music.
Yes.
Fucking other like big things. Like Tennessee is a slept on state, dude.
Yeah. Music, I mean, outside of video games real quick. Food, the culture in general. I mean, there's a lot there. There's a whole lot there that could
fucking religion, just all that
yeah.
shit. Like, it's fucking thick.
You could do some wild stuff in Memphis, and it would feel different to streets of LA or streets in New York, because that felt like they were gritty, but it wasn't like Memphis is down south gritty, whereas New York is gritty because it's just fucking New York. LA is gritty because it's fucking LA. But like Memphis is it's just down south fucking gritty. And it's like a whole different vibe and environment. And I think you could honestly do a really good game.
I can't even take this idea seriously just because of Tom. Like, it's not even a bad idea. I just keep thinking of Tom. I just want Tom roaming around. I want a level where I just play as Tom. I want the main character to be Tom. That's what I want.
What the hell was... I'm going to ask that after the podcast.
Wait, what? Okay.
I'll ask that after the podcast. You know what? Fuck it. What was that shit that Tom put in the group chat? Was
What
that
about him?
Tom? Is that him?
Yeah, it was. I don't know what the
Dressed
hell
up
that
like
meant.
a fucking Blue's Clues character. Okay.
I think he was Waldo.
Well, okay. Well, that makes
Yeah.
sense. Good for him, honestly. He's enjoying himself. God bless.
That man scares me a little bit. I'm proud of him.
He's
I'm happy
having a
for
fun
him.
time, and that's all that matters. Love you, Tom.
Oh yeah, he definitely is.
But yeah, I mean, I guess to end off the topic for myself, I mean, pretty much everything they've been saying. Prototype. I'd love to see Prototype come back. I think the stuff you could do, destructible environments today with current hardware, would be pretty nuts for Prototype. Doesn't even need to be like Prototype 3. You could just do a remake of 1 if you want to. I don't really care. But you could do
a mashup, Prototype versus Crackdown.
Right. Oh my god. Prototype wins that.
No, I'm just saying on one side you play as like it's two pieces of a game, kind of like Scarlet Nexus, where on one side you play as the Crackdown guy trying to catch the Prototype dude. On the other side you play as the Prototype dude trying to fucking just fuck shit up. And
Gotcha. Yeah. I'd be down for that. I haven't gotten into Crackdown since the first Crackdown. I really love the first Crackdown.
First Crackdown was easily the best. The first Crackdown.
2 was kind of like, this is cool.
3, we know,
and
3 is 3.
And 3 just kind of exists, honestly. And what's funny about Crackdown is the only reason I got the first one was for the beta for Halo 3. That was the only reason.
Oh, that was definitely.
I would have never got that if it weren't for that. But I got it. The beta eventually went away, and then I just played Crackdown. I'm like, this is actually really good. I actually really enjoy this. But yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. It was. It was. They knew it. They was smart marketing. They knew what they were doing. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of an actual game that you guys haven't said that I want to see come back.
There actually is one game. Guitar Hero. Wasn't there talks about Guitar Hero?
God damn you! God damn you, Twan! You piece of shit! Stole my thunder. But no, you're all right. But yeah, I mean, Guitar Hero is that shit was just phenomenal. And that came out the perfect. I started playing Guitar Hero at the fucking perfect time in my life to play that game. And yeah, man, seeing Guitar Hero come back would be amazing. But how do you think they would do you think they would manufacture?
It would be very difficult because I don't know if you only want to put that shit on Game Pass because do you need the peripheral? Do you not need the peripheral? It's I don't know.
That's the question. Do you think they would manufacture actual peripherals for the game? Because I feel they have to.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Because I saw somebody suggest, you could make it an app on your phone to play the game with. I'm like, that sounds horrible.
Yeah,
that sounds terrible. And I'm thinking you have to make peripherals, and you can't be you can't.
The person might get assaulted if they say that to the right person.
Seriously, right?
Yeah, do you know what I think is gonna happen? I think they're gonna have the actual thing, the the peripheral, right? You're gonna have to buy it, and then it's gonna come with a code for the game. That's what I think is gonna happen.
Yeah, that would be fine with me, honestly. I don't care about a disc for Guitar Hero.
No, really it makes more sense to have a code because it's what happens if someone on Series S wants to get the game, right?
Exactly.
Then there has to be a game code. Because
exactly, 100%.
And then it'll be a code, or if they even on PC, maybe it's a Microsoft thing.
So
what they need to do that they didn't do last time is they need to make the guitar have a switch on it or something that says what console you're playing on.
Yeah, or just make it compatible forever.
Do you think it would be an Xbox? Do you think it'd be for all the consoles?
Store and they said this is a PlayStation 1. No, this is an Xbox 1. No, this is man.
Yeah.
Stop. Just give me one guitar. Give me a switch in the back that goes to this one or that one. Man, I ain't trying to buy PlayStation guitar, Xbox guitar.
But do you think it would be multi-platform?
Yes, it has to be.
I don't see why they wouldn't make a game like that multi-platform. And in my opinion, what I think Xbox is going to do with some of this ABK stuff and the deal and whatnot is the things that they know that they could just run the table with. They're going to make multi-plat. So like things like Guitar Hero, things like Overwatch. Another thing, possibly even like your Candy Crushers and stuff like that. They probably want money from Google. Go ahead and give me the money, Apple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna try and sell and pitch this stuff to these other companies and say, hey, give us as much money as you want. Oh, you don't want to deal with us anymore? Okay, fine.
Yeah. I also feel like a game like games like Guitar Hero, Call of Duty, trying to think what like Overwatch and shit. I mean, to a lesser extent, because Overwatch is kind of in shambles right now.
Games, right? Those are like community-built games.
Well, yeah, like I feel like those kind of games need to be multi-plat, not because like it wouldn't be beneficial to have them, exclusive, but just because it's easy free brownie points for Microsoft to be like, because eventually there will be a game by ABK that is exclusive to Xbox, and it's free brownie points for Microsoft to be like, yeah, this might be exclusive to us, but we're not taking away Guitar Hero, we're not taking away Call of Duty, we'll never take away these games.
But how about Crash? I think they're probably not going to take away Crash, probably, right?
What's funny, I'm not even joking, I could see them doing that. I don't think they would. Yeah. But I can totally see them doing
that'd be the ultimate like big dick like fucking Crash Bandicoot, which is originally like the PlayStation game, right? On PS1. And just to take that away from PlayStation would be like the perfect FU move,
The only reason I could see that happening is because PlayStation and Microsoft just went through one of the wildest fucking disputes in his. I see that happening if Phil Spencer's feeling petty, but I don't see Phil Spencer feeling petty too often.
Yeah.
So
all the shit that they put them through.
Exactly. Like for all the shit that they put them through, they should make everything fucking exclusive. Honestly, the way that they were acting, they 1,000% should, but they won't.
I already think they did the petty part. The petty part was buying them.
Yeah, that's a pretty good point, actually.
That's the petty part, in my opinion, because it's just like, sure, I think Microsoft could have figured out something else. Like a lot of people say, "Oh, Microsoft could have competed another way." Yeah, they could have.
Sure, yeah.
But you know what? They're sick of these people over here. They're sick of their neighbors, right? Yeah. And they like shopping at Walmart, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna make sure that, all right, I'm gonna put a toll right in front of Walmart. That's what they do. Like, I'm gonna put a toll right in front of Walmart, and every time you come over here, you gotta pay.
Yeah,
that's hysterical. You're right.
So who's petty now?
That's a good point. Just the act of acquiring ABK is petty, and I also love the fact that throughout the whole process, there were some subtle shots from Xbox to PlayStation, and vice versa. But I love the fact that for the most part, whenever Phil was talked about it publicly, he was always just. Like, he was always so super positive. Or, like, the ideas to bring more games to more people. Like, that's his whole thing. And I just love the idea of PlayStation or Jim Ryan having to sit down and watch more games to more people. And he's just fucking worried about Call of Duty. He's just terrified. He's like, what are they going to do to Call of Duty? And all the while, Phil Spencer's on the other side. And hey, we just want to bring more games to more people. That's all I wanted. I just think that was hilarious.
Because I think just Jim Ryan looks at the the sales chart and just sees Call of Duty at the top on PlayStation. It's like, oh man, it's
Just
gonna
starting to
happen.
sweat. Starting to sweat. But yeah.
I thought it was funny because if you remember, one of the first things that happened when we heard about the ABK deal, one of the next things that we heard was Jim's on the phone with
Yeah.
That's all I remember. Like it was just like an oh shit situation where he's just like
Just got off the phone from Jim Ryan,
remember Matt in the Chappelle show where they had they had the racial draft.
Yeah.
And they're just like, we'll take Eminem, and the white guys stand up and they're like, hold up, wait a minute, Rondell. like that was Jim's Rondell, like, wait a minute, Rondell moment. Actually not just Jim's, that was like PlayStation as a company's whole. Like, hold on a second, goddamn it.
Yeah.
That's hysterical.
Imagine that phone call between Jim Ryan and Phil Spencer. Like, Jim gets on the phone, like, what the fuck are you doing?
70 billion, what?
I can only imagine him saying, no, man, fuck, this is bullshit. We're blocking that. We are blocking that. This is absolutely unprofessional.
You are fucked, Phil. Let me tell you right now, you are fucked.
Who's fucked now,
I'm
bud?
flying to Brussels.
Right.
That entire last year probably killed any of his want to be in this industry.
And I wouldn't blame him for a second. He's got to be sick to his stomach. He's got to be sick to his fucking stomach.
He definitely aged like 3 years.
If I was in his situation, I can't say I would have did any better.
I'd have probably been out of there sooner, honestly. As soon as there was any inkling, like, I would have leaked that shit about me retiring back when the EU approved it. Like, right after the CMA denied it, and then the EU came out and said they approved it, I'd have been like, all right, I'm out.
No.
I can't do it. I'm sorry,
yeah,
guys.
like it's just because, like, man, they made him go fucking everywhere. Like, I just couldn't. That's all. I feel bad for. I genuinely feel kind of bad for him.
Yeah, he did a world tour, basically.
Yeah. Oh
just
my god.
Trying to get this deal blocked. And my god.
He got paid, but he definitely didn't make any fans.
No, he didn't. And that's the thing.
He did a tour of losing fans. That's like something that you don't see. Like, you don't ever see anybody book all these flights to lose fans. And I don't mean like fans as in like us. I'm talking about like companies.
Yeah.
You went out there and spilt milk on a bunch of companies.
Oh yeah.
Trying to block something, and sure, you could say it was, oh, this was the CMA trying to block it, not PlayStation. Well, you know who said, yes, I do agree to come there and testify? PlayStation.
Yeah.
They didn't say, hey, we're fine with it. They said, we want to argue it.
Yeah, they did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jim Ryan behind closed doors was fine with it until he was told not to be fine with it. You know what I mean? Like, when he was told not to be fine with it, he was not fine with it. You know what I'm talking about?
I can imagine old sleepy fucking Jim Ryan was just like, I don't see the problem with it. And he's like, the video game's that big. I didn't even realize.
Yeah.
They showed him the chart.
Being like,
They just showed them the sales chart. They just see Call of Duty at number 1. I was like, oh fuck, this is serious.
Oh yeah, never mind. I did that. That's
Jim
funny.
Ryan just like, yeah, I heard of it. My cousin plays it.
Yeah, my cousin plays it. I love it.
And how many moments during that thing were there, like, example, like that comment on Battlefield. What was that shit he said about
Battlefield can never be good enough to like compete with Call of Duty or something like that.
It's like, if we lose Call of Duty, we're stuck with Battlefield, and Battlefield will never be good enough. And I'm just like, god damn.
And see, that's the type of shit I'm talking about. Like, he did a tour of losing friends. He said like that. And like, He even said it about his own company. We would never be able to do something like
Yeah, all the first party studios is like, what
I'm
the
just
hell?
like,
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
This man ain't got no faith. Got
Yeah.
No,
faith.
not at all. Not
He
at
did
all,
not
man.
go to church on Sunday. He did not.
He's having a bad 20 months for Jim. But hey, like it's over. It's still
we
wild to
don't have
say,
to.
but it's actually
We're
over.
still talking. We're still talking about it though.
Exactly, and that's the thing. We're gonna be talking about this for a while, a good long while. But the miserable part's over. Now it's just fun talk.
Yeah,
Now
it's just looking at everything in hindsight at this point now.
now it's just fun talk. Now we can remember fondly this whole process as opposed to what it was in reality, where it was just a bunch of fucking bullshit.
Yeah, it's like what's gonna happen? What's this? What's that? It's that stuff.
Exactly.
Oh man, it's just I'm gonna miss going on Twitter and seeing everyone thinking that they're lawyers all of a sudden. I'm gonna miss that part. Like,
people still do. People already
Still do. People
So
still
like, I
do
don't know. I think the FTC has a chance of blocking this. Like, dude, the deal's done. The deal's done. I don't know what you're fucking talking about. It's over.
Yeah.
They closed.
Yeah.
It's done. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
There's
oh my god.
a lot of false hope. A lot of false hope out there. But I mean, does anyone else have anything to add? Actually, you know what I want to talk about?
I think I know what to bring up.
Mike,
Yeah.
you and Vinny actually brought this to my attention before we started the show, and
You want to read up the tweet?
I'm gonna see if I can find it here. It's in the chat.
You just gotta scroll probably like one tweet.
Yeah, and it's I don't want to focus so much on what Mighty Keith said. It's this first the thing that he quote tweeted.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so this guy, this is a take. This is a hot take. We used to do hot takes or take of the week. This is a hot fucking take, all right? And I want to bring it up. This guy says, I will say, Sony and Nintendo both dropping massive, hugely anticipated games on the same day, both of which are some of the best of the generation in many ways, while Microsoft spends millions of dollars to say, hey, we exist too, is a great summary of the last 2.5 generations. And that is in response to Culture Crave's tweet saying Xbox takes over the Las Vegas Sphere. And it's literally just the Las Vegas Sphere with an Xbox logo on it.
Yeah.
And this guy's basically saying, why is Microsoft spending so much money to advertise stuff? And I wanted to throw that. I just want to have a conversation about that. And I want to get your guys' thoughts on it because I know me and you, Mike, we talked about this pretty in depth before the show started.
Yeah, because I just had to talk about that shit for a minute. It's so dumb. I just like, what are they supposed to? What is like? First of all, I just want to say, what is Microsoft like? What can they do right? What can Xbox? Fuck Microsoft. What can Xbox do right? Like at all now? They get damned for not having games. They get damned for having too many games in a short period. They get damned for advertising their games. They finally have games when they didn't have games a year before, and apparently that's a problem. Like, I just don't, and now the games don't count because they used to be their own like, I just don't know what they can do that is actually okay and will be, like, applauded by people. I genuinely don't think there is. At least when we're talking about the gaming social media, because a lot of these people here has put their stake in their flag, and they planted it in the ground a very long time ago. And to switch now, to have any different opinion now is it'd be sacrilege to them. They might risk their follower base. But I just don't understand what the fuck are they supposed to do. Microsoft finally has games. Microsoft just completed the purchase of ABK. Game Pass is going to become one of the biggest things, period, in 2024 and right now. I mean, Forza just released, Starfield just released, Hi-Fi Rush was earlier this year. Halo Infinite, got a massive update. Tons of their servicey games have gotten massive updates.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Like,
Sea of Thieves is still going strong.
yeah,
You
Sea
know?
of Thieves. What's the zombie one? State of Decay. It's like
yeah.
Grounded is getting updates still. Like this is stuff. Grounded's getting its own TV show. Like I
Mhm.
understand that everyone's like loves clowning on them because like, oh, you remember we still exist. We everyone knows, and Microsoft themselves, they made it very clear, and that's how they won the whole ABK thing, by the way, that they are very much in third place, which is why they need to advertise the things they have, because there's a lot of games they have of different variety that people don't fucking know about or don't understand or don't even know. You can get it off of Game Pass. The amount of people I know that own an Xbox or a gaming PC and like, oh wait, Game Pass works on PC or Xbox. Like, wait a minute, there's a $10 tier instead of a $17 tier because they don't play online. Like, there's a lot of shit people don't know about, and they need to push this. That's why advertising is so important, and I don't understand why all of a sudden that they actually objectively probably have some of the most to offer out of any platform at the moment. Like if we're talking about a complete value, like a value wise, like with the 17 a month, probably have some like the best value you can get, especially this year. Now we're not talking about 2022 because that was a joke. That was an excusable joke. But they have a lot to show right now. The Xbox itself just like quadrupled in size. They need to push the fact that it is a gaming entity that has games. Like now, when you think about it, Diablo, the new season, it's theirs now. I know everyone's like, doesn't count. I'm like, I don't give a shit. I can see that, but it doesn't matter now because they get that money now. So it
Yeah.
genuinely
Exactly.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter
You
how
buy
you really feel
something, you
about
own
that.
it, right? You
Like,
buy something, you own it. You know?
it's like, yeah, it's like I understand like the feeling, like the fanboy rage of that. Like I understand it. Like I understand that hurt you feel that you now have to get over that and accept the fact that any profit they make from an ABK game goes to them. And I understand that hurts because like you spent almost 2 years saying this shit wasn't going to go through, making an ass out of yourself online. But sorry, I just had to get that out of the way because some people were so awful on like about this crap, dude. It was
Yeah.
fucking atrocious. But they need to be pushing this. Game Pass has some of the biggest games like they've ever had launched onto the surface. Yeah, onto the surface. Onto the service
Surface
in a
Pro.
very, very, very long time. And it's only going to grow bigger. So why not tell people, hey, we're still around. Hey, we got games of all varieties. And hey, you can play us anywhere on your Xbox, on your phone, on your computer, on your TV, like through cloud streaming or on your phone through cloud streaming, I should say. Like, there's no reason they shouldn't be pushing this shit. And to be like, then to say like, hey, we have to pay to like remind that you still exist. Like, dude, whenever PlayStation puts out a game, dude, I see like 500 fucking commercials. Advertisements for a game, a commercial break. That's just the industry. That's how that works. Like,
Yep.
I don't know a single human being that's kind of like, oh, I forgot about Xbox existed until, they release a commercial. Like once again, Starfield just came out, highest selling game of that month, despite being on Game Pass. Everyone's like, well, because of PC. I'm like, doesn't matter. Still goes to them. Still an
Yeah,
Xbox
that's
game.
still money for Xbox.
Your feelings don't matter in that regard. And that's the one thing I think a lot of people have a hard time separating, is that their feelings for this doesn't matter. So I don't know. They have to push the fact they have games now. They have to push the fact that they're an entity that's like to be taken serious. Just because you're on a part of Twitter that your entire personality is said console you play on or platform or whatever, and you don't feel that, you don't agree with it, it doesn't matter.
Yep.
Like, they get over it because they're going to be around for a very long time at this point. I don't know.
The Activision deal definitely confirms that they're not going anywhere anytime soon.
Like literally, it's like almost like Activision and on its own, just pumping out COD could probably keep Microsoft, like Xbox alive. Honestly,
100% at this point.
Like it's like Activision Blizzard
King. They own King now, yeah, right?
Yeah, they own King
alone. It's like that makes millions of dollars, like on average.
That makes tons.
Yeah, it literally prints it out, and everyone's like, that's a monopoly. I'm like, no, that's not how that works. Anyways, but I think a lot of people are going to be upset about that. Like, we have to be reminded that they exist. They don't give a fuck if you think about them on a daily basis because they're making money like you think about them on a daily basis. I'll promise you. I fucking promise you that. And they have games that are coming out even just next year that, trust me, we're going to see the flip-flopping like you wouldn't believe. I just kind of I had to go on that little tangent there because I just thought it was absurd that them advertising their product that has actually a lot of good content in it regularly, finally, is all of a sudden them showing us how desperate they are. I just can't even process that as a legitimate like form of anything.
Yeah.
Be truthful.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. But Ham, how do you feel about Microsoft's desperate attempts at trying to stay relevant by marketing
Advertising.
by advertising their software?
It's about damn time.
Honestly, that's true.
I mean, really, that's what it is. I felt like they had a lot of stuff to market, and they've had a lot of stuff to market. They just haven't been doing it as much as I'd like. And the fact of the matter that people like I've even acknowledged it. Some of my last few tweets were like, "Look at this, look at this."
Yeah.
I mean, the Vegas Sphere. Look at this. Like, oh my god. Like,
Yeah.
like they got the Dallas Mavericks advertising for them. They got a few different avenues of advertisement right now, which is pretty nice to see. The recent one that I just got done posting was the Rockstar one with Starfield in the huge Xbox Series X in the background. Like, in my opinion, this is just like a long time coming. And if people are getting frustrated that they're seeing this shit, it's just like they're doing exactly what they wanted to do. There.
Yep.
And the fact of the matter, like Mike just got done saying, you're talking about it. You're sick of it. But you're also making other people interested in what you're talking about.
Exactly.
And that could go the opposite direction quick.
Mm-hmm. It's 100%.
That's really all I got to say about that.
The general consumer is not a ravenous fanboy on Twitter.
Yeah.
They are somebody that simply goes with that brand because they know what works, and probably the other brand hasn't yet given them exactly what they needed. Or maybe the other brand, like every Xbox fan has been saying, I keep saying Microsoft, Xbox fan has been saying, they haven't been doing a good job of showing the shit they actually have. And if you're sick of seeing that one time, these next few years are going to be a fucking nightmare for you. Because they're going to be going all the fuck in. So buckle the fuck up and get ready for it. And I don't know, get your like fucking pillow to cry into, because this is what they should have been doing a very long time ago. So
I'm just saying, your favorite diner you used to go into all the time is great. It's really good until somebody builds a better, cheaper diner across the street. And you may hold your ground for a while, but you go in there and try it out, you're going to have a problem.
Yeah.
And then you're like, yo, am I going to really sit here and am I going to really sit here and play defense for a place that isn't giving me any money just because I know the whole staff?
Yeah.
Or am I going to go save money, go across the street and just get to know those folks instead? And walk away with $10, $20 more every time I walk in.
Yep. And here's the thing with that analogy too, Ham. In that analogy, Sony being the restaurant, the diner that you're most comfortable with, the place you love to go to, they open a new restaurant, Xbox, across the street, offering cheaper prices for better food, or food that's just as good in many ways. Not only is that happening, but the diner that you've been rocking with this whole time is raising prices on their food. So, like, logically, I'm looking at that like, well, this diner's awesome. You guys have been awesome. I love eating here, but at the same time, it's looking pretty nice over there.
And who's to say I'm not going to come back to this diner every once in a while? Maybe there's something on this menu that I can't get over there.
Yes, for sure. Like,
right?
for right now, Spiderman. I love it. I love it. It's fantastic. I can't play that on Xbox. But at the end of the day, it's like, dude, I mean, one thing's offering me a value. I'm gonna go to where the value is. It's no big deal. It's just the way it is being a consumer.
Man, that's that side chick energy right there.
It's so weird, and I thought this tweet was especially weird, and the reason I brought it up is because I would have never brought this up if it weren't for the fact that like Mike showed me this, and then I happened to look down. This tweet where this dude is complaining about Microsoft advertising has 50K likes. It's got 50. It's got 50,000.
It just shows you the bias, honestly. Like,
that's insane. Like 50,000 people, 47.6.
Used to live here.
Yeah. Oh my god, I remember that. But it's like 47.6 thousand people saw that, and we're like, "Fuck yeah,
fuck yeah, right?
Yeah, like, yeah.
yeah."
And I was about to quote tweet it. In fact, I can't believe I didn't for some reason. I guess I must have closed the page or whatever. But I was going to quote tweet that and be like, dude, the reason Microsoft quote unquote has to do that is because of tweets like that.
Yeah.
And because of the reaction tweets like that get. Because 50,000 people saw that tweet and thought, that's a fucking banger tweet.
Yeah.
That shit rules. Like, that's why Microsoft needs to market more than Sony. Sony can, I told you, Mike, before the show, Sony can go a year. Like, we got Ragnarok 11 months ago, basically. That came out last November. They can go basically a calendar year without a first-party marketing beat. But then when the game comes out, it's everywhere, and nobody complains. And nobody's in the interim is like, what the hell is Sony doing? Where's Sony at? Like, it's just when Sony comes around, they're around, and you know that because it's fucking everywhere. Like you said, you turn on a TV, you see Spider-Man commercials. You get on a fucking city bus, you see a Spider-Man logo. Like, anywhere you go in the world, you see Spider-Man. That's just the way it is. But, like, Microsoft getting an ad on the Las Vegas Sphere, the thing that Sony used to put their Spider-Man ad on the next day is like somehow that's doing too much. That's doing too much. It's desperate.
It's like, desperate because everyone's like, we got to remind you that we exist. I'm like, advertising is exactly reminding you that you exist.
Yeah, that's the whole point. That's entirely the point of it. It's
like, it's so childish. It's so stupid. That's advertising. This is reminding you that something exists. Like, that's what that is.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry that
not everyone.
You,
not everyone is in this. This echo chamber, right? Everyone has lives. They don't think about video games all the time, right?
I mean, it's like it's even like this to grow. It's just even to like get people. Like you said, like not in it like 100. I don't know. It's just we're in this weird Twitter fanboy gaming Twitter timeline now where it's just people are now just going to be perpetually hurt over this deal for at least a good.
Yeah.
Fucking tell their children until they have children.
If
they ever get to have children,
they're gonna be angry about this Activision Blizzard thing until the end of the next generation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because they're gonna need a whole generation to swallow that red pill.
Yeah.
Yep.
To realize
the green pill.
Oh shit! This is Xbox. This is because I think this generation, it hits home for us that are fans or severe fanboys, because it's just like, oh shit, it's done. But for the normies and the kind of gamers that aren't really looking at the news lines and stuff like that, this isn't going to hit home until they start to realize this is getting a lot less attention. What's going on here?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, oh crap! Like, I'm starting to see Activision all over the place over here. What? I wonder if this game is available over there. Like, I feel like after Elder Scrolls 6 drops, after that drops, people will know Bethesda is owned by Microsoft, and there's no question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And in Call of Duty, I feel like that ain't gonna be really the thing to let you know that Xbox owns Activision Blizzard. It's gonna be something like Crash Bandicoot only being on Xbox. That's gonna be like making people turn heads. Like, wait a second, isn't that a Sony mascot?
Yeah.
Or who knows? Maybe a prototype hits big, but I doubt it.
Pyro
But
or
I don't know. We'll
something.
see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I just think people are going to be very upset. They're like you guys said, they're going to be very upset for a while. It's going to take time to process. I think once the deal with Sony is up for Call of Duty, like they still have marketing deal. I think the next Call of Duty is supposed to be marketed by Sony. Is that correct?
That I'm not 100% sure.
I'm not entirely sure how that goes, but let's just say that is the case. Once that deal is up, the first Call of Duty that Microsoft is fully marketing, dude, they better buckle up. If they're upset now, they better buckle the fuck up, because once they get that Call of Duty commercial and they don't see that fucking whatever the shit is, greatness awaits or whatever logo they want to put at the end of it, like once they see that and once they see like, oh wait, I'm not getting an early access to a beta on my PlayStation for pre-ordering, then it's gonna hit where it's like oh shit. Like I thought the marketing before this was bad. Just fucking wait till we get the next Call of Duty that's marketed entirely by Microsoft and it has a giant fucking Xbox logo at the end of it.
It's even better. It's even better at the end of the trailer. It's like, play it day one on Game Pass. Right.
Exactly. And then it ends the trailer with Game Pass. You see these like 47,000 people who like that tweet are gonna be fucking furious. They're going to lose their minds. It's going to break the internet whenever that happens. Which is why I'm saying like you got to get used to it. And Ham said, it's gonna take them till the end of next generation. I think that's about spot on. It's going to take them to the end of this generation just to get over the fact that the deal happened. And then it's going to take them, like, once the deal starts paying off, like, once that Call of Duty marketing deal with Sony is done, once you start actually impacting Activision Blizzard to where they're putting out games that you guys planned, then that would be, towards the very end of this generation, the beginning of next generation. Once that happens, people have overcome this whole thing of like the deal's done now. Now they got to overcome the idea that, oh shit, now they're actually getting things from this. Now they're actually, because Bethesda,
things are happening.
Because Bethesda, like they got them in 2020, didn't really pay off until this year.
Yeah.
Didn't really there wasn't a real payoff for it until this year. Of like Starfield, Redfall was what it was. Yeah, but Hi-Fi Rush, exactly. It didn't really hit until 3 years later. You figure with a company the size of Activision Blizzard, it's like, dude, that could take 3 years. That could take fucking 5 years. But whenever it happens, people are going to be in shambles. It's going to be a sad day for a lot of people, which is just nuts because you shouldn't be taking it that seriously, especially if you're just one of these people who's like, oh, I'm gonna buy Call of Duty, I'm gonna buy, like I like playing Overwatch or whatever. If like you're one of these people, there's nothing to worry about because you're playing it wherever you want to play it. But it's just weird to see how upset people get about Microsoft doing things that other people do and have been doing forever. And just companies in general. You market your things, and I don't understand how that could be spun as a negative for specifically Microsoft. But I don't know. That's just me. Twan, your thoughts on this, because we've kind of been just talking and you haven't really gone
all about that tweet, basically, right?
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, I feel like it's pretty funny because people say like, like I feel like just no matter what Xbox does, like people are still gonna have that attitude towards them, where it's like, oh, you know, all these other years they didn't have it. Like it always feels like they keep on moving the goalposts. Like for example, you say like, oh, you know, they have these games, right? It's like, oh, this, you know, they just bought those, right? They didn't actually make those, right? Or you know, for example, I saw one guy where you know, people say, "Oh, Starfield came out," and people said, "You know, Starfield actually wasn't that great." It's like, okay, so it's not great for you, so now automatically doesn't count now. You know, it doesn't count as the game that they released. It's like, like it's just, I don't know, it's just shit like that just bothers me, man. And it's like, and they actually have an actual roadmap, unlike Sony, right? So they have like we know what they're releasing. We still don't know what, you know, Sony's releasing, but you know, but Sony gets a pass, right? But Xbox, they still don't have any games. So they still don't have games apparently, but I don't know, man. But they can't see that, you know, they're changing. They just have to look. Oh, see, but these other 2 years they didn't have any games, so what they're doing now doesn't count. I don't know, man. And you could, and like even if you just look at their studios, how many studios they had years ago? They really had like 6 studios. Now they have like, I don't know, like 40 almost now. So it's like just in the span of like 3 years. So
yeah. It's
I mean, they can't see that they can't see that they're making movements, but I don't know. But they just want to keep on saying, "Oh yeah, you know, they don't make any games," but I don't, and they can't see that they're making an effort. And obviously, games take time, right? So it's like it's just this whole thing. It just boggles my mind, honestly. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's my take on it. But
that's a good way to end it, honestly.
Yes, sir.
It is mind-boggling, but yeah, that's the end of the show. Unless anybody else has, you know, something they want to add before we get out of
here. Oh yeah, Toys for Bob making a Banjo-Kazooie game. That's what we need.
Oh, I thought you were saying that shit was revealed. I was like, I didn't see none of that.
I'm saying that's what needs to happen.
And I just used my battle pass for Diablo 4 or season pass for this season's just fucking awesome. I'm just gonna grind the shit out of this season.
That's too bad.
Matt, I don't like you very much.
I'm sad to hear you say that.
All right, like take us out of here because I need to take a crap.
Let's hang out.
Yeah, this went on. This going for a while.
Let's just hang out for like another hour and a half.
Oh my god.
No, but let's get out of here. I mean, let's get into the outros. Ham, start us off. Where can we find you, bud?
Yeah, definitely. You can find me at HamSolo05 Gaming on Twitter. You can also find me here every Sunday. But I have my own channel, TSWS Gaming, where I do all the content that I can, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. So come check me out. And then I'm also on Matt's channel, Matt Likes Games, on Wednesdays.
Yeah, buddy.
Pretty much it.
You can check them out here, funny enough, because I mean, I kind of fucked up and put the game drain on my channel today. But in fact, I'll put a link before we end the show.
You put it on your channel today?
Yeah.
Were you not there for that?
This is running off of my channel.
There's actually something I want. There's something I want to mention real quick.
Funny.
Just happened 19 minutes ago. David Jeff just said something about, apparently, I don't know, his sources say that there's apparently some really sad news about PlayStation tomorrow. I don't know, but I don't know, he just said this like 19 minutes ago.
David Jeff.
So I don't know what this.
So
I don't know. I don't know.
Wasn't it? Guys. I wonder if it's to do because wasn't there like some layoffs or whatever?
I don't know, but he made this whole ass like you know, like one of those long ass tweets. So I didn't even read the whole thing, but I don't know.
Gotcha.
That's fun.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, we will see.
Yeah,
I just typed it in. Granted, this is from Peter Ovo. You know, not a neutral
not
news
the best
source. It says breaking. According to God of War creator David Jaffe, bad PlayStation news is dropping tomorrow. According to him, the Sony we know and love is dead. Jesus Christ. The tone of his tweet suggests the tone of his tweet suggests that it's very bad. Wow.
The PlayStation we know, like he knows and loves PlayStation. Like fuck off.
David,
I mean Peter or whatever that OVO guy. That's
we
a
know
lot
the
of PlayStation.
completely unbiased source.
So
Oh my
David
God.
Jaffe tweets. Now I'll read this real quick. Sad, frustrating, potentially super disrespectful news dropping tomorrow about PlayStation. If my sources are correct, I talk around it in this members only video, but in less than 24 hours, I'm sure the journalists will get a hold of it and tell the tale. It's not a lock, but these two sources both work at PlayStation, have never once been wrong in sharing what they share. If it's true, man, let's just say, no matter what you do, never ever buy the idea that your work is your family and the company is your life. I think this is in regards to layoffs, is what this sounds like. And he says, and if true,
Yeah.
I don't have the details as of why, but I can imagine then. This the way this was worded is fucking wild. But I can imagine then, man, I tell you, the Sony we all came up with is mostly dead. Doesn't mean that the new Sony is bad at all. He's loving Spider-Man 2, but it just means, sad times. That's what David Jaffe
What
says.
the fuck?
I
don't know what's going on over there.
I don't know.
I like if PlayStation's about to fucking start taking people like out into the streets and just putting bullets on them. By sound like how that's worded, dude. Like I don't.
It sounds bad. Sounds bad. But I mean, if it's like if what he's saying is true, we'll know what it is tomorrow. I've got a sneaking suspicion after reading that it is in reference to the layoffs, because he says, never buy the idea that your work is your family and the company is your life.
Yeah.
So that sounds like,
some people losing their jobs.
Yes, is what that sounds like. Which,
That's insane.
Which sucks, but I feel like we kind of knew about that, because I swear there was a rumor recently, or just an article recently, that there were significant layoffs at PlayStation.
Yeah, that happened. Vinny's talking about that this weekend.
Yeah,
he was.
So it's like, I feel like that's what's in regards to, but we will see tomorrow if any of this comes true. Hopefully it doesn't, honestly. I don't know. Hopefully those two sources are wrong, because whatever this is sounds fucking terrible.
This actually sounds really, like, as much as I love memeing this shit, like, this is not.
Yeah.
This is like people's, like.
I mean, it's
lives.
people's jobs on the line, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's like.
Exactly.
I don't know. I'm not feeling very happy about any of that.
What's up, man?
I said the dirker der.
They dirker der.
The dirker probably took me off.
Dirker der.
Oh god. I really want. I have so many ideas about what the like. I mean, I think it is gonna be layoff related, but I'm really curious if there's a little like more direction than just it's layoffs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
feels like it would be bigger than just layoffs, but we will. Again, it's one of those things. We'll see. We'll see tomorrow.
we'll see, yeah.
But for now,
We just shut down Naughty Dog. Just straight up.
Jesus Christ!
Closed Naughty Dog. Just fucking closed Naughty Dog. Just.
I need a toilet.
Let's continue the outros. Twan, let them know where they can find you, and do it nice and slow, bud.
You could find me right here on the Game Drain, or
just like his
channel,
computer,
like
nice and slow.
Right See, either on the Game Train or at Matt's channel, like what we are doing right now, or
usually the Game
also
Train.
On Twitter.
It'll be on the Game.
Yeah, usually the Game Train.
I fucked up this week.
Yeah,
That was
we're
a
on
happy
Twitter
episode.
at itsbefun, and that's it for now. I'll keep you guys updated, maybe on a future show if I have any extra shit to share. Mike.
You can find me at Twitter.
Nice and slow, Mike.
Actually, I've been streaming a bit on Twitch. I'm actually gonna push my Twitch.
Push your Twitch.
I go live on Twitch every once in a while at Hard Days Mike. I've been playing a lot of random stuff over there lately. It's been fun. Nice to be back. OBS or Streamlabs is still confusing as hell for me. But yeah, I'm getting used to it again. Yeah, and you can find me here every single Sunday. Or I guess not here. I don't know. You'll find me when you find me.
You'll find this podcast every single Sunday at 8 p.m. And I'm going to put it in the chat so you guys have the link. I'm sorry.
You'll find me at some point. No, you're all set. You'll find me when you find me. You'll see me when you see me.
He's on every social media website ever made. So you can
under Matt Likes Games.
Under Joe Biden.
Yeah.
And you can find myself on Twitter at Matt Likes Games, and obviously you can find me here on this channel, Matt Likes Games. Videos every Monday and Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern. Wednesdays, I do a podcast with Ham Solo here. We do the two-player podcast every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, so look forward to that. And then this week, we had Game Drain over here. That's my fault, but it was fun. So, with that being said, thank you all for watching. We will see you next week. Peace.
Bye-bye.